7 o'clock in St. Louis. You're listening to the Morning After. 101 ESPN, TMA, STL, YouTube channel. The program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen as we broadcast from the Stiefel Studios. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Doug, I've got it as April 20th, 2026.
That looks right, yeah. Yeah, I think that's correct.
And Jackson Burkett says he's going to provide a music theme for Monday that will make your hands tremble with joy. What do we have today, Papers?
Well, in honor of Chairman Kurt's smash hit, Summer 98.
Summer of 1998. Okay.
I think I'm going to play some music that sounds good with the top down as you're driving down the highway on a...
Just cruising?
A sunset, windows down, maybe the top down on a convertible.
LeBaron.
Yeah, LeBaron. Or, it's off on your Jeep with your ducks on the front dashboard.
Doug is bothered by the ducks.
It's a Jeep thing.
I am also bothered. And someone leaving ducks on your hood so that you can add to your collection, I also find to be quite odd.
Well, you don't have a Jeep, do you?
No.
Yeah, so you wouldn't understand.
So you don't have to worry about it.
I don't get it.
You don't get it. So the music's related to the Jeep?
Yeah, the top down, Martin.
Yeah, it's a top-down Monday.
Top down Monday. I like that.
Yeah.
Chairman Kurt will take your phone calls. He'll filter them and your emails. 314-974-0101, Callier and Thompson phone lines. And you can text into our Air Comfort Service text inbox, 314-399-9646. Open up your YouTube app, type in TMASTL, and then you gather in there with Jock Whore. Chairman Kurt looks like he's in there talking about WrestleMania, Doug, which was shown on SportsCenter this morning before any Stanley Cup playoffs and all but 3 of the NBA playoff games and every baseball game. Good breakdown, though, with The Miz. Kind of fun.
Did something happen that was big, or is it just make-believe stuff that we're talking about?
Wow.
Anything happen?
Yikes. Have fun in the text inbox today.
The roof didn't collapse on the building or anything?
Oh, yeah, the Death Star out there. What, just to the west of Mandalay Bay?
I don't know which direction.
Right?
I just don't.
There was an alleged retirement, but I'm not buying it.
Who retired?
Can I spoil?
Sure.
Brock Lesnar laid his gloves and attire in the ring, which is usually the signal of they're walking away.
You're allowed to wear gloves?
Like sparring gloves.
Sparring gloves.
Well, that seems like it'd be cheating.
How dare you?
There are no rules, I know. It's just show business.
Texas rules.
Okay. So you think he's coming, but now it's our lead. What are we doing?
We don't have to talk about this, Doug.
Okay.
Doug, your choices on the lead are as follows. The Cardinals are coming tra-la. They haven't lost since we did the presentation on Friday. They went through Houston and they said, here, we'll sweep you fellas. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And now they head to Miami and try to take on the Fighting Fish, who have brought back their old uniforms to Jackson's delight.
It's getting better.
Okay.
It's better than the orange era.
So you got the Cardinals with the sweep. You've got the Blues season wrap-up press conference with Jim Montgomery, with Doug Armstrong, with Robert Thomas, Colton Parayko, Jordan Kyrou spoke. We got all that. The Battlehawks. Wow. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Jackson?
Doug?
They lost.
I didn't see it.
They lost.
Oh.
But it's DC, Doug. That's a tough ask.
So tough.
Well, who do they have? I was digging a French drain all weekend. I missed it.
French drain? Boy, that's a humble brag. I don't like that.
In the backyard, just trying to get some water to get in the sewers on my hands and knees in the mud for much of the weekend. I'm not sure I got it settled yet. But what happened to the Battlehawks?
Oh, they lost to the DC Defenders.
Oh.
It's one of their bitter rivals. This week, they'll take on their old coach, Anthony Beck. Always a storyline, Doug.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, they've played 4 games so far this year, and they've played DC twice. Kind of a home-and-home sort of. Got them once.
That UFL schedule always throws you.
Well, the obvious lead is the Cardinals.
Okay.
I wasn't done, but
okay. You got more? Okay, sorry.
Wemby.
Yeah, what about Wemby?
Well, no.
Don't care.
Whoa, and now here comes Papers. That's Jackson Burkett's music.
Did you see what the Spurs arena last night, Doug?
No.
Yeah, the colors.
The colors.
What'd they do?
The Fiesta colors.
Was that Robert Duvall? Ice-T, right? Dennis Hopper was in that.
And which
Sean
movie?
Penn,
Colors.
maybe?
Sean
No.
Penn. Very nice.
Yeah, they went with their kind of like 90s look they've been going with all year, and pretty sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a potential lead story?
Well, I think it's something to consider.
Okay.
Because Sean Penn and Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
You ever watch that one, Papers? Do you go back because you're young? Do you have to go back now and review all films?
Well, I try to watch as much stuff as I
Hasn't
can.
done it with The Girl Next Door yet, with the Alicia Cuthbert.
I got
supporting
halfway
actress. The Doggies, Doug.
Okay, what happened there?
Boy, you and this French drain. I
Yeah,
just don't know.
it was
I don't
all
know.
weekend.
I don't know if I'm happy with the show prep effort.
I think I made 4 or 5 trips to Home Depot. I'm not sure I ever did get what I needed.
Work, bitch.
Oh, I had it bad, and that ain't good.
Doggies had a rough one. They were at Seattle, Doug.
Always tough in Seattle, 4-1, short end of the stick.
Leuven made his return, gets a goal. There you go. That's the positive, Doug, but they lost the game. They're back home this weekend.
So we got your French drain. We've got Brock Lesnar. We've got the Doggies. We've got the Battlehawks. We've got the Blues season wrap-up presser. We've got the Cardinals winning 5 straight. This is not going to be easy. You've got a decision to make here in the Healthcare Evolution 7 o'clock hour. And your decision is?
The St. Louis Cardinals,
Oh, my God.
winners of 5 straight. Just a half game out of first place. Boy, I did not see any of this coming.
Did you not hear Chairman Kurt say Brock Lesnar might have retired?
Yeah, and I didn't really care about that. He also said it would be coming back, and he's using gloves, which to me sounds illegal.
Oh, my gosh. Listen to this guy.
Was there context on that? Who was he? Snipe, probably the cat. Probably Cardinal related.
And what are the Cats fans?
Delusional. Delusional, for sure.
Doug, your St. Louis baseball Cardinals are a half game out of first place in the National League Central, where everyone is at least 3 games over 500, just like we expected.
Yeah.
The Brewers are now in last place. The Cubs are also tied there, 12-9. The Pirates are 13-9. The Cardinals now 13-8, winners of 5 straight, and the Reds are 14-8. Fun facts for no and tell: the 2 top teams in the division have a negative run differential, Doug. But nonetheless, there they are, getting ready for a showdown with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NLCS. Hello again, everybody.
Yeah, Cardinal schedule does get tougher in May with games against the Dodgers and the Brewers and 4 against a Pirate team that looks
So they
a little
move
better.
out of the American League, which is where they started this season, apparently.
The Brendan Donovan standing ovation is coming on Friday.
Oh, fun. Yeah, that'll be good. I just am stunned by what I'm seeing from the Cardinals, because I thought for sure this would be one of the worst teams they'd put on the field in a while. And there's obviously still a very long way to go.
We're 1/8 through the season.
Yeah, but you have to be extremely encouraged by what we've seen. And you would think some of the guys are going to hit a lot better than they have so far. Win, for one, and Church and Herrera, they really haven't hit a lot. Now, Wynn had a big hit yesterday. But get those guys going a little bit, and they might really have something with the lineup.
On pace for about a 97-win season.
At this pace.
I don't think they can maintain that.
Probably not. No, probably not.
But it is the perfect scenario for a young team. You don't want to get buried early, and trying to get fans back to the ballpark. Just give them a little reason of hope, and
Martin,
they've been able to do
get
that.
2 of 3 this week in Miami. Ideally, you win the Wednesday game, so do whatever with the first 2, and then head home, momentum, good weather on Friday night and this weekend, and let's see the ballpark fill on up real nice. Chairman Kurt wrote a song about it. It's called Full Bush.
Oh. So that's 4 we've got. No, you've got, I say we, you've got 4 hit
A
songs.
small handful, yeah.
Okay.
You want some fun with stats, Doug?
Oh, sure.
You know when the last time the Cardinals swept a 3-game series in Houston was?
2004?
Damn it.
I read it.
Oh.
Doug did show prep on that. I guess that information was in the French drain.
Only water in the French drain. Water and mud. And some rocks now. That's supposed to help. I don't know how it's going, too.
You hate it more because it's French?
No, just because it's not draining.
Okay.
It's the drain part that I don't like.
Better call a pro for that drain. Water around a foundation's nothing to mess with. Next thing you know, you'll be spending $20K to repair the foundation cracks and the wall push. It's from Sharon and Clayton.
Well, I appreciate that, Sharon, but it's not at the foundation. It's in the backyard. By
Oh, the barn
sewer.
off.
Yeah, it's around by the polo fields, and it's the runoff in the backyard. That's an area that's always soggy, not by the foundation. But it's the Cardinals that I'm concerned
Okay.
about.
You're concerned.
Well,
They're raising the bar too high at this point.
no, that's just where my focus is.
You're concerned that Jordan Walker no longer is on pace to hit 90.
That hurts. That hurts a little bit.
Well, that Alvarez is God almighty. How about
He's a
yesterday?
sneakful.
I don't know how many members of the dais were watching live yesterday afternoon, but after Brule faced Alvarez in the 10th with 2 on, and Ali Marmol comes out there to get the ball from him, and everybody on the mound is laughing, and I think they're kind of like, boy, we didn't really like our chances in that matchup. But sweet mother of mercy, we escaped because Riley O'Brien came in the 8th inning. A rare day where JoJo Romero didn't have it. And you also, the other team is also on scholarship. Is that what you say? The other team is
on scholarship too.
There you go. And so the Romero-O'Brien tandem had its wall broken through, but nonetheless, with Mason Wynn's big hit, the Cardinals were able to rally from what would have been a disappointing loss, considering it was all there for the taking, and then the Astros got through and were able to capitalize. But here is the call of Mason Wynn returning to Texas and his bases clearing double.
1 out. Shot down the line. Mason Wynn's got extra bases. 2-run score. Here comes Arias. They're going to wave him. Here he comes around third. Relay throw. Way late. Mason Wynn with a bases clearing double.
Cardinals have won all 5 of the extra inning games they played so far.
Yeah, that's an outlier statistic, too.
Yeah.
Especially with a touch-and-go bullpen.
I mean, it's such a cliche to say, oh, these guys never quit. They're always got a little life. They've got a lot of comeback in them, but it does seem like this team doesn't get derailed there. Even like you said, Tim, was about to be a disappointing finish after a great weekend there, but they do seem to have the ability to kind of flush it, move on, get it done.
Yeah, and the bullpen that's called on to save games, they've been extremely good. That explains some of the 5-0 in the extra inning games too. They have been able to shut the other team down there in the 10th and the 11th.
It does seem like O'Brien, Romero, like they're out there every night. I know they're not, but it feels like they're always on the mound.
That's because when the Cardinals win, rarely is it going to be a spot where it's 10-2 or something like that. Got a little breathing room on Saturday. Had some breathing room yesterday, but then it got away from them. It wasn't a lot of breathing room, and that's why the Astros were able to come back and tie it. Cardinals are able to come back from that blown save and win it in extra innings. Here is Ali Marmol following the 5th straight win for the 2026 St. Louis Cardinals.
There's a lot of moving parts to that one. The guys did a nice job. It's a perfect example of you start scoring. You feel good about it. You keep the pedal down. Unfortunately, we gave it up, but you look at the overall demeanor of the club and kind of the vibe in the dugout, and everyone's under control, calm, and just know that we have to execute to get back on top. And one at bat at a time, we do exactly that, and it was good to see.
Crack.
It's implied at this point. It's fine.
Doug's a little confused. He doesn't know if the soundbite's over.
Yeah, no.
Is it over?
No, he's taking a 15-second pause, and then he's going to have more. No, never mind.
Okay.
Mike McGreevy on the mound tonight. Had a nice little trip to Houston. Didn't have to pick up a ball, Doug. Tell your kids to be pitchers. Take your golf clubs on the road every 5th day.
Make enormous chunks of money.
Well, you get a wedding to pay for.
Not enough to pay for golf, though.
Yeah, he'd still like to be on scholarship where golf is concerned.
What's most important is the Cardinals have won 5 of 7 series. That's from the Bourbon Barrel.
point.
No, that's not what's important. It's the games, it's not the series. We've been through this, folks. We've been through it.
From Stores, Connecticut, Marsh's Collage Program says, as a Red Sox fan, I have called that Chaim Bloom would help immediately. He cleared the roster of the Fats, and now you are running the schedule as you should. That's from Marsh's Collage Program from Stores, Connecticut.
So he wants credit for it because he said something like that?
Marsh's Collage Program, just to clarify, would you like credit? Please call in.
He said, as I said before.
Call in, big man.
Call in, big man. Well,
All this means is there's going to be a regression in May, and they'll probably be 500. That's from Mr. Licks.
Well, that could very well be the case, but we don't know. Enjoy it while it's happening.
Has Licks held his live press conference yet? Have we
Let
cleared
me
the
see
air?
if
Still
there's
waiting.
anything. You still waiting?
Still waiting for it.
The silence is...
Deafening at this point. It's getting a little crazy.
Shut your whore mouth, Stores, Connecticut. That's Jugs in D.C. He loves the Atlantic 10, and he loves the 2026 St. Louis Baseball Cardinals.
Well, there's been a lot to like so far. We could be the Mets, who've lost,
Holy
11 in a row?
God
11
almighty.
straight with that big payroll.
Unbelievable. No team in baseball has won fewer games than the New York Mets and the biggest payroll, asterisk, because of the Dodgers deferred money, in baseball. What in the hell? The New York Mets, 7-15.
Mets have nothing to hold their heads down for, except they didn't play that well, and they gave away this World Series.
Oh, other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Have we been monitoring the call-ins, Jackson, in New York? Because I would think last year they were upset. They got to be going just, unless they've given up at this
No,
point.
I imagine today is going to be a big day on those radio waves.
You think so?
I bet the air is going to be...
Francesa and the Bet Rivers?
Yeah, I think the air is going to be thick because the radio waves are going to be so popping.
The team doesn't have something. I forget what that caller said that they were lacking. There's just one ingredient that the Mets don't have.
Where's Soto? Okay? I want to see these guys. I can't stand this team. They got no balls.
That's what it is.
Okay?
Yes.
I want teams with balls. I want guys with balls.
I knew it was something.
What's he saying now? I need that guy back on the show with this year's
You
squad.
can almost hear the pizza Bialy in his mouth when he's saying that.
Pizza Bialy. Well, they've got guys like Lindor was running around like he was in a trance for the first few weeks of the season.
He had it
And we
happen
saw
again
that
this
here.
weekend.
We saw that here a
he's
couple
having a
weeks
rough
ago, though.
He's a rough go.
Yes,
with it.
twice in one game here on the Busman's special.
He's hitting a crisp 205. He probably makes, I don't know what he makes, but I'm guessing it's 25, 30 million or so.
Marsh's collage program has responded to answer your question, Doug, as to whether or not he wants credit for the Cardinals' fast start. He says, I'm sorry, my nearly 20 basketball titles and 4 World Series titles, 2 of which were over U flyovers, might be all the credit I need. However, the fast lane has already given it to me. That's from Marsh's collage program.
Well, now you got this.
Bucko, you want some?
Oh, no. He's on the Harrison's brother
Yeah.
master list that Jackson has over there.
Add that to your CV.
Yeah, I didn't like his tone at all. You said that's Marsh's collage program?
Yeah, he's in Storrs, Connecticut.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's been suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name is going into the appliance discounter suspension log. And on top of the suspension, I'm putting him on the watch list.
Yeah, Martin. Did a tournament happen this weekend? So Liv didn't shut down like you media dolts thought it would?
Hey.
Yeah, the defense rests. So moral of the story is a local TV reporter fell for a random Twitter account again. Color me shocked. That's from Mr. Licks, and he's not happy with the Liv golf criticism.
I believe the report is that they're going to shut down at the end of the year, that they were funded through this season.
Yeah, I saw John Rahm won this week. Didn't their broadcast shut down like for hours at a time on Thursday?
The stream went down, but as a program that when it goes on remote essentially has multiple programs playing, we're gonna not comment on that.
It'd be I don't want to cast stones, but
Not sure the long-term success of Liv is the hill you want to die on.
it would be really tough if we were backed by Piff and still couldn't do a remote.
At what point during this Cardinal run will fans start filling the stadium again? Well, Doug, that's from Jeff on the Hill. Now, here's what I would tell you about that. You got, from my standpoint anyway, an attractive opponent, although I don't know if the casual fan considers the Seattle Mariners an attractive opponent. It's a team with legitimate World Series aspirations this year, although they're off to a slow start themselves. So that's the next homestand, albeit a very brief one. 3 games in, and then, Doug, why, they're back on the road once again. But guess who they face after they head to Pittsburgh for 4?
I think it's the Dodgers.
You better believe it.
And then Milwaukee after that.
The May poll.
Yeah.
Friday, May 1st, the Dodgers. That's a 7:15 start. Saturday, May 2nd, 6:15 start. And then a day game on Sunday. And then your 3 games that wouldn't necessarily normally be optimal early in May on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be against the Brewers. So if you're going to have a homestand where fans can come back, whether it be this weekend, if they're riding, I guess it's possible. Of course, it's possible at this point. When you're sitting there with a 5-game winning streak, if you run an 8-game winning streak, I'm not expecting that by any means, but if you continue to have that momentum and some good weather, I could see. I want to go to the games this weekend. And I would imagine a number of people are kind of going, yeah, this team, it's fun to watch. It's a bottom line. They're exciting. As Martin said, it's becoming cliche, even though we're less than a month into the season. But you never feel like they're out of the game. And in yesterday's case, I'm like, oh, man, this is going to suck. They had it, going to sweep. And then these 2 guys who have been money didn't have a great outing, and they're going to lose it. Instead, they respond yet again, and Mason Wynn, who gets to come back home, gets the bases clearing double. Here is Ali Marmol on that bases clearing double.
Hit the lever, Pale. Hit the lever.
Go back to yesterday with the homer and driving a couple runs the day before, and then today, it's a big swing. Bases loaded there to clear them. This is a good offense across the way, so be able to get more than 1 run there is important. So big at bat for sure.
Yes, it was.
This is definitely an ESPN affiliate. You guys are talking absolutely no playoff hockey. That's from the Jeffco Degenerate.
We haven't got there yet.
Doug, fun to see what took place in Buffalo yesterday. The Sabres down 2-0, and what a response. Former Blue, Tage Thompson. Oh, my. And the Bruins didn't know what hit them. 4-2. Your final. 4-3. Oh, Pasta. Oh, I'm sorry. If you had the Sabres minus 1.5, well, there's a bad beat right there with 6 seconds left.
Mm-hmm. Tage Thompson has become one of the better offensive players in the whole league. It has been for a few years now, right? So, yeah, 1 year he scored 47. He had 40 goals. He's been a 40-goal scorer 3 times. So you have to wonder, was the O'Reilly trade the right trade? Now, clearly they got a Stanley Cup.
969.
Clearly they got a Stanley Cup out of it. But they also have lost 5 or 6 years of a guy who would be probably their best player.
Hot takes.
Could they have won another cup with Thompson? I just kind of discovered that take just right now.
Wow. Martin, there was begging for calls guy. There was guy discovers take on the air. I feel
Stumbles into opinion guy.
That's kind of what I just did.
Doug stumbled into an opinion. Hey, I'm just noticing they traded Tage Thompson, and boy, he's had a really. This guy's great.
Yeah.
What are we thinking here? Army just packed this guy up and let him leave?
He's one of the best guys in the league now. Would have been nice to have him the last 5 or 6 years.
If I said Ichiro, are you no doubt first ballot?
In what sport?
Okay, Doug Orlowski. That's from Eric in the Central West End. Boy, that might be one of the worst takes of the year. That's from Total Power Washing LLC.
I was just throwing it out there.
I hate you today, Doug. That's from the bastard, James Hahn.
But the thing is, you trade a guy who's become a borderline superstar, 40-goal-a-year guy. You got 1 good year out of it. That's what you got out of it. At 1 great year, the best year ever. So if they could have the trade back, would they take it back? I don't know.
No.
Martin, you're not even entertaining it.
I understand all the greatness of the Stanley Cup run.
That's all that matters.
Was O'Reilly the only guy that made it happen? He was a key, for sure.
Conn Smythe.
Yeah, he was great.
They are really angry with you.
Well, let it roar.
Well, they wanted us talking hockey.
But
there we go.
You forget how good Thompson is.
And I think when he left, he made a couple of comments, too. Basically, that they didn't give him a shot here. Had a little
he
edge
didn't get
to him.
much of a shot. Most he ever did here was, he got 3 goals in 2028.
Doug, do you think Parayko wishes he was there playing for the Sabres in the playoffs?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because actually, when I saw them celebrating the win yesterday, I thought, I wonder what he's thinking. And I don't know on that. Because the Sabres were in the playoffs at that time, but they weren't in the position that they wound up getting to at that time.
Yeah. I would think if you get traded really late in the season like that, you might not feel like it's your team still. He's been with the Blues for so long. I would think if you get traded and a week later they're in the playoffs and you're celebrating like you've had a lot to do with it, it wouldn't be the same. as if you were with your team the whole season.
St. Charles County is the live golf capital of the world. That's from the TMA remote lamp. Is that correct?
It
Do they
doesn't
love
sound
the
right.
Crushers?
I'll
and the
look
Fireballs?
into it, but it doesn't sound right.
Shut up, Doug. You're embarrassing us olds. That's from Milk Jr.
Well, just look at Thompson's stats and tell me that he wouldn't be a guy the
He's
Blues
not
would
letting
love
this
to
go.
have.
It would have been nice to have both, Doug. A Stanley
sure
Cup
would've.
and Tage Thompson.
Did you forget how big and awesome that parade was when Ryan O'Reilly helped bring the St. Louis Blues to the greatest run in Stanley Cup history?
Mm-hmm.
Someone force this man into retirement!
Gates worth it.
618.
Yeah, I forgot all about it. I didn't mention it either when I said they won the Stanley Cup, which was great.
Doug, if you look back, that Ernie Broglio might have been better if he'd stuck around, right? You give them Brock back.
Well, no, because he was at the end of his career.
Okay, you sure you don't want Ernie Broglio back?
No, he was at the end of his career. Thompson was just emerging.
Glory, Gloria.
There was a hotel in Boston. I think Pondoff was there. Matt Offenberg was there. We're having beers. This is way after Game 7's over. Talking to Brett Hull. And he was mad about the Conn Smythe because he said it should have gone to Binnington. We were arguing, and I finally said, why are we arguing about the Conn? Who cares? They won the Stanley Cup. I'm like, 16 will argue about anything at any time.
I don't recall who. It was on my podcast. It was Cam and Reed Lowe. And then I think and then Maroon came in, and there was a little bit of a schism is overstating it, but there was a bit of a debate on that amongst
like who should have won the Conn
Blues
Smythe.
and former Blues. I think Maroon flat out said it. And obviously, he's close with O'Reilly, but I think it's not fair for me to. But either way, of Cam, Reed Lowe, and Pat Maroon, at the very least, one felt strongly that Binnington should have won it.
Yeah, he sure won Game 7 for him.
I think he had a couple of games where he gave up a ton, right? So it looked bad.
Doug, the Marshall Falk trade, was it worth it? That's from Milk Jr.
Well, Falk was just entering his prime.
He gave up
Still-
a second.
still
They gave
very
up a
much
second
is.
and a fifth-round pick, though.
Still very much in his prime.
Hawk should have held on to Bill Russell.
That's from the 617.
Well, that's for sure.
Papers has been activated.
That's for darn sure.
Takes two to tango on that one.
Yeah.
Why is a British Airways flight landing at Lambert Regional Hooterville being celebrated like the Swedish furniture store when it announced it was coming to the area? This definitely happens in other cities, too, I'm sure. Doug, that's Al in Dadeville, and he won the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Month and a brand new HVAC system courtesy of Seth Goldcamp back in January.
I assume they're coming because the Rams played a couple games over there.
That's correct.
And the tourists are now just getting wind of it.
That's correct.
And they're coming over to take a look-see.
Will Demoff be there for the ribbon cutting, Doug, at the airport?
Should be.
It's
been a huge boost to this city.
Read my text, bonehead. That's from Medic 2007.
When they say that, that's when you don't read it.
Binnington won Game 7. O'Reilly was the MVP for the entire 2 months, or 6 months if you count the turnaround.
That's Sharon and Clayton with the official ruling.
Okay. That was the official ruling.
That's
Okay.
the official ruling.
Maroon actually thought it should have gone to Jaden Schwartz.
That's from the 314. That's possible. I don't know. But I remember maybe it was between Cam and Reed Lowe. They were arguing over Binnington or O'Reilly. Hell, I don't know. You can text in as well, 314-399-9646. You're also welcome to talk it over in the TMA STL YouTube chat. Doug, we are 10 subscribers away from you getting some gold bullion. We're at 6,790 subscribers in the TMA STL YouTube channel, youtube.com/TMASTL. You can also get involved in the program by calling in 314-974-0101. And, of course, by emailing in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is online at DesignAirService.com. That is Seth Goldcamp and his team, the longest-running sponsor on TMA. Martin is a client. Doug is a client. I am a client. You can become a client as well by going to DesignAirService.com. TMASTL.com. And Seth Goldcamp has this specific opportunity for TMA listeners. Maintenance agreements are an effective and convenient way to keep your system running year after year. They take the pressure off of you as a homeowner. And Design Air contacts you to schedule your air conditioning tune-up and your furnace safety inspection and cleaning. Sign up, and then you just can forget about it, and then Design Air takes care of it. Like all of their services, maintenance visits can be scheduled at designairservice.com. Email in for our Design Air heating and cooling email today, coming your way on the Polos Plus dossier at 9:45. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented by Brian and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. William Gilman. great perspective from him, though, isn't it?
Well, I suppose. I kind of thought maybe we'd hear 9 catchers or something like that.
Monday segment 2.
Okay.
Was this your first time here, brother?
Wow!
That'd be like if the Eagles played and they're like, well, we're going to skip Hotel California tonight.
So you play this every Monday in segment 2?
That's correct.
I and board operators / producers before me.
Oh, I
For
never
years
The ones who
gone by.
laid the foundation for Jackson Burkett.
I never really wrote it down that it was only on Monday,
Probably goes back to Stedman.
only on the second segment.
Yeah, that's how it's always been.
So why?
Because it's Billy Gilman.
Yep, that's the answer.
Okay, again, why?
Because you got to get perspective. After the weekend, the thing you're yearning for is perspective. And that's what Billy Gilman provides.
I guarantee they're looking for perspective in Detroit after the motorcade goes up against the Magic, Doug.
Yeah, boy. The one thing they need there is perspective. After what went down there, you kidding me? It's so obvious I don't even feel like I need to recap it because I think everyone knows what went down there.
Magic get in by the skin of their teeth, and they come out and show out. What's up, Franz Wagner?
The program is called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen, and we're in the Healthcare Evolution 7 o'clock hour. Do you want real answers and same-day pain relief? You can get that by going to healthcare-evolution.com. That's what I did. Doug did it. Jackson did it. Healthcare Evolution delivers real answers and same-day pain relief for most of your medical issues. No waiting on appointments, no waiting on answers, no insurance hassles. Healthcare Evolution is going to give you real answers and same-day pain relief on the spot and get rid of those nagging injuries. For the month of April only, TMA listeners get a 10% discount on any shoulder problems. Now, common shoulder issues that Healthcare Evolution helps fix are rotator cuff partial tears, arthritis of the shoulder, long-term wear and damage in the shoulder joint. TMA listeners, you get 10% off all shoulder issues this month only by going to healthcare-evolution.com. That's healthcare-evolution.com. Logan Taylor and his team at Healthcare Evolution online at healthcare-evolution.com. We are within a month of the Dotem, Doug. The Dotem is sold out.
Is it?
The Dotem's sold out. However, they are going to have a TMA STL app competition for the one final Dotem pairing, and that will be announced later this week. Jesse Kiowski texted me right before the program and said it is sold out, but they will be giving away one final foursome on the app. Details to come later this week. So tip of the cap to the audience for selling out the Dotem, taking place May 15th at Oak Valley Golf and Resort. Breakfast provided by Donut Drive-In, lunch provided by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and your post-round feast provided by Texas Roadhouse. The event provided by Cutwater. All your beverages are going to be included, too.
You know what I'd like to see?
Your seltzers and your AB beer. Hello again, everybody.
I'd like to see us bring a scale out there and maybe weigh everybody when they arrive and see who gains the most weight over the course of the day.
You think people will willingly hop on that scale?
Sure, I do.
Be subject to our
they'd be proud of
subject
all
to
the
our
food that they consume.
Group body shame that we're going to conduct.
And get a little bit of a trophy.
Everybody likes to win a contest, Doug.
A little bit of a trophy.
Should we give away something for fattest participant?
Maybe a stick of butter or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun to watch somebody eat a stick of butter. Nice summer vibe, Jackie. That's from Colorado. Not happy with what was supposed to be a music theme. Martin, Colorado, not happy.
Top down.
She can call in 314
on hold for Billy Gilman.
I will admit that Billy Gilman's one voice is likely not something you'd play with the top down. But again, I'm not going to buck tradition.
Jackson is so condescending. That's Eric in the Central West End.
Projecting.
If you
Now
talk
your neighbor.
NBA, I'm drowning myself. That's from Jugs in D.C.
Okay. Upside.
Oh!
Papers is testy. You're not having it today.
No, what do you mean?
You came in. You want
He's
these
a Central
kids.
West End resident now.
Yeah,
I'm
hot
having
shot.
it.
No, I mean you're not. Your tolerance is low today. Like you're not taking.
Well, I've
it.
always said this cat has claws.
Yeah, no, I'm saying today a little more edge.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a little edginess today, which is fine.
Is that because of motorcade?
No, not necessarily.
Is it because of the Sabres comeback?
No, I wasn't privy to the. I saw something about the Sabres, and I was like, oh, okay, and I continued on with life. But that's all right.
But who's the most attractive coach in the NHL?
Lindy Ruff.
And who coaches the Sabres?
Lindy Ruff.
Vaughn, did you notice a change in the tone to the first Lindy Ruff, and then the second sounded like there was a lack of certainty?
They used to coach on the West Coast. I felt like that's where I really.
Doug, did Lindy Ruff used to coach on the West Coast?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay.
There's no way of knowing. You can't look that information up.
Tell you what, we'll contact Darren Pang, and we will get back to you with that information tomorrow.
Do you think that's too much to ask? Just not anything else with Panger, but does Lindy Ruff? Did Lindy Ruff ever coach on the West Coast?
I remember the Stars and the Devils. The Blues got him in the playoffs with the Stars. Nobody else. So unless you consider Dallas the West Coast?
I do not.
No.
I do not. But Houston plays in the AL West, so there's that.
Still not the West Coast.
No. But Houston would be east of Dallas, no? Northeast?
Doug?
Southeast.
Northeast? No.
Southeast.
Barely? I guess so. Barely.
Yeah. My Texas
barely
geography
east.
is weak.
Definitely a long way south.
Yeah. Closer to the Gulf, yeah.
Is it just me, or is Jackson now a 9 since he moved to the Central West End? That's from Steven time. Do you feel like your stock went up?
As a 9?
Yeah.
That's a little aggressive.
You think so?
Yeah.
But you're a CWE resident. A lot of ladies look at you and go, oh, this is a cultured boy.
Yeah, there's that, but...
What's the
I'm a solid St. Louis 9.
What's that, Charlie?
What's the nightclub scene like now in the Central West End?
The nightclub scene?
Is there still anything going on? There used to be some bars that people would go to.
Sure, there's bars. Nightclubs, maybe less so. I'm not a real nightclub guy.
Well, okay, the bar scene.
Yeah, it's solid. It's like up and down Euclid and like that kind of Main Central West End area.
Oh, okay.
There's some good stuff going on there. Kind of by like Kings Highway and like behind the Chase.
Somebody
I know where it is.
Sweet Kai, how the Kirkland Light and Papa John's was after the move. That's from Jugs in D.C.
No. It was better than that.
What'd you do?
I got the case of beer.
Yeah?
And
what kind of libation?
I got a little bit of...
King Cobra, malt liquor.
I didn't have any King Cobra. Probably a little Modelo. Got a little Modelo.
I feel like a story's being told.
Some other beers.
Certain
some Modelo, and then they had some Modelo.
And then some pizza pie, Emo's classic. And I got some beer and pizza. Oh, it was a good time.
Did you need the whole case?
It was a decent amount of folks over at my place.
Was it?
Yeah.
Kind of like a housewarming.
Yeah, in a way.
And since you're coming for the housewarming, can you just pick up the mattress that's out on the front curb and lift it up those flights of stairs?
At least I didn't do that.
I've got pizza 3 flights up.
I framed it correctly, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't. I don't have that much stuff. The harder stuff was actually getting all the little things and then moving that. That was more of it. And I did it all myself, so that was kind of pain. With a little help from Sweet
Clothes
Guy.
Can be kind of awkward on
Clothes,
hangers.
yeah, God, that was really brutal. But all considered, in terms of moves, it was pretty easy.
Paper's going to find himself a blue-haired gal down there. That's from the Prince of Glendale. Is that something
An
you're
old?
doing?
Yeah, an old.
Is that where the olds hang out? The Central West End? I feel like I'd been more likely to do that in Brentwood.
I don't know. You're the one parading yourself up and down Euclid.
Yeah, that's what I do. Walk around topless.
Text in 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service. Text inbox. Open up your YouTube app. Type in TMASTL. And you can join 259 friends who have gathered in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat and talk it over in there as well. And, of course, you're welcome to call in to our Collier and Thompson phone lines at 314-974-0101. Doug, the Blues had their season-ending wrap-up session with the media on Saturday. And some highlights here. And I think the one that I would come away from is Doug Armstrong talking about the trade deadline and Robert Thomas specifically. Here is the Blues' former? Nurse, I'm sorry.
It sounds like we don't have it.
Give me a second.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I texted about the Robert Thomas thing.
I have Robert Thomas talking about it.
Well, all right, here's Robert Thomas.
Okay, love to hear it. If we could just hear it. Hit the lever, please.
Obviously, you got to go through a process with your family, and yeah, like I was saying before, there's a lot of conversations that need to happen this summer, and those haven't happened yet, so I can't really speak too much on it. And I guess we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
Conversations that need to happen, which, what are you thinking about me? What am I thinking about you? It does seem like the big old sit down is a good idea. I think he referenced Steiner over the weekend, too, that Alexander Steen, who is his former teammate, is now the boss. Those two will meet. But I think, and Armstrong went out of his way to say the reason he's still here, basically, if anybody's available, right? If the offers, I think Armstrong said something to the effect, anybody can be traded for. But if you don't trade him, that means the offer wasn't sufficient, which he said that means we value him more than anybody else does.
I have Army here talking about Robert Thomas.
Here you go. Oh, now that we'd love to hear.
Well, they're both excellent NHL hockey players. They're foundational players. They've been foundational players for this franchise for a long time. It's something that I'm going to sit with Alex, and then we have to talk to ownership about the 1 and 3 year plan, and where does everybody fit in on that. But they're great players. We just have to cement the direction we're going to go.
And we said players who was the other one?
Parayko.
Okay. I can't believe that they would part with Thomas. I mean, isn't he the center of the team right now? I think he is.
Armstrong said some of the trade talks, a little bit of fabrication. They start out and all of a sudden they get legs and they go and they go and they go and then they never stop. The cost of acquiring someone of Robert Thomas's talent's extremely high. I don't think anyone values Robert Thomas more in the NHL than Doug Armstrong values Robert Thomas in the NHL. So if he was available, the reason he's here is because I value him higher than anyone else. So that's right. Doug Armstrong elaborating on the trade rumors. Jordan Kyrou was asked about his interest level in remaining in St. Louis. Here is the Blues forward Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the game, that stuff, right? So, I mean, all you can really do is try to focus on, what you can control. And that's just, like I said, just going and having a good summer and, just focus on my training and, just focus on getting ready for next year.
And a follow-up, do you want to be here? Do you want to be a big part of this, with the way they're bringing in the young players and things look bright for the future? Do you want to be a big part of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love my time here in St. Louis. The team's been amazing to me. I love the city. I love playing here. And, like you said, I think we've got a lot of good young players coming in right now. And, I think there's a really great future coming up here for this team. So
I see he's been with the team 8 years already. Does it seem like it's been that long? Doesn't to me.
Harrison's brother Master says it feels like 4 decades.
Oh, well, I don't know. I would hang on to Thomas and build around him.
He literally makes no sense when he talks. Some Harrison's brother Master. Boy, he had that text ready to go.
Is that for Kyrou or me?
Kyrou.
Okay.
I believe.
It could have been me.
Doug Armstrong will be in this studio 9 a.m. Wednesday for a little exit interview.
9 a.m. Wednesday.
Army.
Polos plus Dossier on Wednesday. Doug Armstrong in studio here in the morning after.
Unless Suppan calls at 9 a.m. and then we got to tell Army, I'm sorry, we got to go.
He called Friday after
I did
left.
hear that. Put onboarding on hold, ran some errands, and said, oh, my God, it's Suppan again.
Yep.
3 days
3 straight
in a row.
days. Do you think he will call in today? I'm on yes.
I said no Friday, and I got burned big time. He texted me, said, did I not say I was calling back in? I'm a man of my word.
Yep.
I said,
honor.
Sorry. Fair enough.
I'm going to guess no on today. I think over the weekend he might have forgot.
I don't know. I think once he gets done with the drop-off, now it's like Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
Like traffic and weather on the 7s.
Yeah.
And now it's soup on the 10s.
I'm not so much sure how much he discerns weekdays and weekends in his life.
But I think Tim's right. It's Pavlovian. You're in the car. You get yelled at or honked at by one of the ladies, the principal. Then the kids get out. Then you're driving along having your Mr. Bean or whatever he was having. And then you go, oh, wait a minute. Am I supposed to call
He was critical of our show prep processes.
Yes, very stunning.
And then asked us, what do we think about this Kyle Leahy
Yeah, I did hear that too.
So,
it's a little tough when he's talking about TMA show prep and then talking about a 5-star general. Like, oh, maybe stop, Your Honor. Let's just stop any comparisons at this point.
Agreed.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I was trying to follow because the guy jumped out of a parachute and hit the propeller. I'm like, and then somehow it got back to just be prepared.
Yeah.
We didn't play hard until we got butthurt about trade rumors was the only thing that needed to be said at that Blues press conference. That's in the 636 dub.
It's kind of harsh. Yeah, it was harsh.
I think that's essentially what Montgomery has been saying. And I think Armstrong doubled down on that as well, that you can't really look at this surge as all that indicative of how good they can be because it was, I think he called it house money. Basically, the pressure was off, and they dialed it up.
Here is, that's fair to say. Here is what Jim Montgomery had to say regarding the slow start that really cost the Blues an appearance in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I remember distinctly the 5th game of the year. We did not play well against LA. It was a game where we had 2 days off. We had gotten home from a long road trip, and the first game we didn't play well. We were flat against Chicago. But that was 24 hours after we had played on the West Coast. I'm not using that as an excuse. It's just sometimes you don't have the energy. We should have had the energy when we played against LA. And I went hard at the team afterwards, and it wasn't the right approach with this group. And I knew that the year before I had not done that. And I think when I did do it, they felt it was out of character for me. I didn't want to go through another month long of what I had witnessed when I was here the year before. And I didn't communicate that well enough to the leaders.
I see that loss to LA was the start of a 7-game losing streak. Yeah.
And they just got pounded. So he's saying they didn't take it well, which is kind of a weird thing. Like they didn't know him yet, but I don't know if a coach has to apologize for being tough on his team.
That's what the money's for. Oh, I'm sorry. Your feelings are hurt. That's what the money's for.
Hey, don't yell.
You either got it or you don't, man.
How about that?
Damn, drops are fire today. Give this papers his due. That's from Doug Vaughn's Secret Spawn. How about that, Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, he just doffed his cap like Ted Williams.
Tell him good luck.
This guy gets dunked on all the time. Let's give him his papers. His flowers.
Yeah.
To papers.
Boy, I do get dunked on a lot.
But not today, boy.
Yeah.
Not till the next segment. Or the next text.
There'll be plenty more.
That cat has claws.
Harrison's brother Master is right. The Blues traded Kairou's man grapes 2 years ago and didn't tell him. That's from the climate activist private jet.
What?
Brother.
That text was all over the place.
But the name cleared it all up.
No, even more confusing.
The climate activist private jet.
Yep.
I see now.
They'd be talking about hypocrisy.
Right.
Maybe somebody in L.A. or Hollywood. Potentially.
Jackson's a new man now that he's in the CWE. Do you feel like a new man? That's from Steven time.
No, I feel like me.
Yeah.
Why so much peacocking up and down Euclid?
You can't even say that without the grin almost breaking your upper jaw. It's just good. It's, moving is stressful. So now that we're on the other end of it, feeling better.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Piddles, you asked for it. That's from Sharon in Clayton.
When was I complaining?
Sharon, the action's back on you.
When was I once complaining about it? I understand the world I live in.
Kyrie went from 36 goals to 18.
Nice.
And as much as he was maligned before this season, he was a 30-plus goal scorer every year.
Hockey talk? The Cardinals have won 5 straight and 7 out of 10. What are we doing here?
That's from Cronky's Cuckstash. Doug, 22 minutes ago, we were yelled at for not talking about hockey.
We talked about the Cardinals. Do we have to have just one topic for the entire 4 hours?
Where that tushy boat? Hey.
Audience cycles on, they cycle off.
That's right, Martin.
That's why you have to always reset when the guest is on, unless it's Joe Buggins. Says, stop doing that.
What if we have Doug talk about the Cardinals, Martin and Tim talk about the Blues, and then I'll talk about the Pistons, all simultaneously, so no one ever can complain.
We've done that at the Dota before. We broadcast simultaneously.
That's happened.
Multiple shows at the same time.
Overbearing sports dad's not happy with the NHL. Well, at least the NHL is adding more regular season games. We have that to look forward to next season. That's from the overbearing sports dad who's at war with Carlos Spicy Wiener.
2 more games next year.
Yeah.
Fewer exhibition games. Who would complain about that?
Overbearing Sports Dad.
Okay. You don't want more entertainment. You just assume they cut back.
Jackson can only talk about the softest sport. That's from Saint Lunatic.
That's right.
You were tagged in a tweet, X, whatever, saying how many NBA players played all 82 versus NHL players. And I think it was 100 NHL players played all 82, 18 NBA players played all 82. And then they said, see, Jackson, see?
Yeah, because I test my interest in sports by how tough everybody is. That's what does it. That's why the NHL is the number one sport in America, because of how tough the guys are.
It isn't the number one sports, though. It isn't.
No. Oh, it's not? Oh, well, maybe they should work on something else then.
Oh, dog.
I didn't like the tone of the sport.
That's the Central West End. There it is, Martin.
Such an elitist.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You want us to talk about tennis, croquet, things like that?
Lawn bowling.
I don't know about
Want to
that.
meet at a cricket match over at the park?
I like playing cornhole.
Hey, Jackson, the skeleton was fire this weekend. It's from Craig O'Neill. Martin, I used to work with him down in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
What
Appreciate
was so
that.
great about the skeleton?
I didn't do anything different.
Didn't do anything at all.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I said it. I didn't necessarily even think about it.
There was an early text that asked if I had tuned in this weekend to hear Sinbad. They said you couldn't miss it. It played multiple times.
No, that's not true. It did. I'm sure it did play once over the weekend, but it did not play multiple times.
It's played virtually every day since we did the interview, and that's been, 10 years ago?
Was he coming to town?
Yeah.
He was in studio with us.
Right in there with
studio.
us. Oh, yeah.
Did he wear those big floppy pants kind of thing or no?
I wasn't there.
I don't recall what he was wearing on his lower extremities.
Go, Jackson, go. That's from Kwame Voyukas IV. You got support from Kwame Voyukas IV.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go roll Bills.
Look at that. Billikens signed themselves a big man this weekend who can shoot threes from Colorado.
Yep.
Transfer portal. How about that?
Yep. Big get. I think that's who they had their sights on for a while. So that's a good one right there.
Replace Avila? That's the
I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this properly.
McCauley.
There you go. That takes it right off my plate. I like it. 6'9", 230. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining. Native of Israel, who didn't sign with Colorado until the first week of 25-26 academic year, per Stu Durando.
6'9", 230.
There you go.
You'll feel him in the post, Doug.
That's about what Avila was, wasn't it?
He's a little taller, probably a little heavier too. But the idea that you're going to be able to replace him and like what he does offensively is probably far-fetched. The reason why he's so special is his uniqueness. But there's other ways to win a basketball game. And I'm sure Coach Schertz, our guy, will put a good team on the floor. So many guys coming back, you know.
Unless you're living on Portland Place, there's nothing that special in the Central West End. That's Sharon and Clayton.
Yeah. She's working out down in Sanibel somewhere.
Oh, yeah, she'll tell you about it.
Oh, no, don't get feisty with her.
He's not taking it.
Cronky's Cuck Stash is apologizing to us, Doug. A very rare apology in the Air Comfort Service text inbox. He was unhappy that we were talking about hockey. He says, sorry, guys, I tuned in at 7:25 and missed the Cardinal talk. I love you, Jackson, with a heart emoji. That's from Cronky's Cuck Stash.
Hell yeah, brother.
Get off your faux high horse piddles. That's Sharon and Clayton.
Okay.
Faux high horse.
Was that Casey Musgraves who had high horse? Am I right on that?
I don't know, Tim.
Am I right on that, Jackson?
I wish I could tell.
High horse.
Chairman Kurt's giving me a thumbs up.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I can see Chairman Kurt touring with Casey Musgraves with the hits that he has now. She play Coachella. Did you see Sabby Carpenter and Madonna out there together?
I didn't.
What do you think, Chairman? I heard an audible reaction.
Yeah, I didn't watch it live. I know they're doing Coachella, where you can watch it live from home and be a part of it. I saw some of the clips, but an icon, an up-and-comer. It's great to see him come together.
How about that? Is Madonna still wearing her grill, Doug?
Madonna
I don't know. I didn't see the thing. I was working on the French Drain.
Mount Rushmore of people who probably shouldn't be wearing grills with Madonna. And then if you remember, Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte used to wear a grill. Whew, not great.
Well, who should? Does it look good on anyone?
Paul Wall. Yeah, Paul Wall. Kodak Black. They look pretty cool with grills.
And Ryan Lochte.
Janoris Jenkins had a nice grill.
Would you know Paul Wall if he walked in this room right now?
No,
Doug?
I wouldn't.
He's kind of shifted. He's lost a lot of weight, hasn't he?
What does he do?
He's a rapper from Houston.
Yeah.
How did I ever miss that?
Tim, Ash is jealous that we're going to be spending time together today. Doug, that's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves.
Okay.
I am appearing on his podcast today.
Very nice.
Over in Swansea, Illinois. Am I right, Chairman? You're on that podcast, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
There you go.
I'm excited to spend a little extra time with you today, too.
How about that, Doug? Okay. I'm spending time with a lot of guys today.
Across state lines.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's
Does
right.
that make it legal or illegal?
We don't talk about it.
Can you guys, without a spoiler alert, Kim and I start in on that DTF St. Louis this weekend?
I'm not going to give off any tells. We're about to Phil Ivey you.
We're about 2-3 episodes in. We really enjoyed it. It's very weird. Is it
dark?
Dark and just kind of sad, weird, really weird.
Very dry, I would say.
And you've completed the show papers,
not there
okay?
Yet. Not there yet.
So I'm the only one who's finished the show.
Yeah, this weekend was tough for me to get caught up on anything.
Oh, okay, because the final episode was last weekend. But
right.
You haven't caught up. Got it.
No, I'm not there yet.
And then Friends and Neighbors, that's only out one per week, right?
Yeah, I think they're probably 3 sods in, 2 or 3.
We were looking for another one of those, and it said, not yet.
Boy, I like the once-a-week schedule.
Do you like that?
Yeah, you get to sit with the show a little bit, marinate with it.
Do a Movie Boy?
Yeah, it's great if you're doing
Is Movie Boy coming back on Saturday? Because there was a little buzz.
Back. We'll be back. It's been a tough 2 weeks, but we'll be back.
I've been posting on the TMA Reddit that I think it's gone away.
Yeah, I'm sure people who would never listened to it before are going to complain or just really say how bad I am because I haven't put one out in 2 weeks, even though they never listened to it before.
I think it's adding to the anticipation.
Yeah.
The big return this weekend.
Yeah, there's some stuff I want to talk about with that. So yeah,
Movie Boy is back.
He'll be back.
Tim, did you see Sydney Sweeney full nudesies in the new Euphoria episode? That's from Steven Time. I've never watched an episode.
I haven't started season 3 yet.
You love it though.
No, it's not necessarily a fun watch. Euphoria.
I would describe DTF St. Louis in the same category. Although in fairness, I have not watched Euphoria. It sounds like I might be catching up right now though.
Yeah, It was one where if it left for good, like it took so long between season 2 and 3, I would have been totally fine. But it's kind of crazy they came back. All those people in the show are much bigger stars than they were when it started.
I started watching Suits. It's very good.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, but I see it's got 134 total episodes.
Pack a lunch.
I'll be watching this thing for 5 years. I guess it was on for 8, 9
Are they
years.
hour-long episodes?
Oh, yeah.
Oof, yeah. I never watched it.
It's good. It's very good, but...
Welcome to 2011, Doug.
Oh!
Well, it went to 2019.
I kept looking for some St. Louis landmarks, and you'll see like a sign that just says Market Street. I'm like, oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of St. There
a lot of Jamba Juice. I don't know that I've seen that many around St.
There's
Louis.
a gas station in the first episode that does look like it would have the interior of a gas station in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Well, not based on maybe customers, but some of the writing on the wall behind them.
Okay.
But
I'm going to go back and watch and look for that.
Yeah, there's some stuff that they mess up, but all in all, it's really not.
Well, then the grocery store was Albertsons. I'm like, yeah.
How could they mess that up?
Well, probably a licensing thing.
Probably a lazy thing or an expense thing. You could have gotten a shot of Schnucks.
But we do like our cornhole in St. Louis. Then they show them drinking a lot of Bud Light.
Yeah, for
Budweiser. Mentioning the Cardinals.
Not my fault you're a soft, lazy-ass piddles. That's from Sharon Clayton. I mean, she is... she is loaded for bear.
You're in the crosshairs.
I guess you said that her texts usually start with, I had to stop my workout to text in.
Or some humble brag of that kind. Yeah.
And I thought you guys were forming an alliance.
Well, I told you, she's a la carte. You know, she runs with the takes, and which I respect, you know. She has no allegiances. She picks and chooses as she sees. She calls the ball, she calls it a strike, and I respect that. It just usually has a humble brag attached either on the front or the back end. I'm sure we'll get one later today.
You can email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Get involved on this program. James Carlton has been involved with this program for a number of years, also a sponsor of the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and now a sponsor also of After the Morning After, debuting a week from today on HD2 and the TMA STL YouTube channel. James Carlton, 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. That's James Carlton, who's been my insurance agent for 7 years, and then also now Jackson Burkett's insurance insurance agent. He's Brandon Kiley's insurance agent. He made the switch. Alex Ferrario, he made the switch. Jamie Rivers made the switch back in like October and said, I cannot believe how much money I am saving now that I switched to James Carlton. Imagine a phone call that takes you 3-5 minutes, something like that, and then it winds up saving you thousands of dollars. That's what you've got with James Carlton. That's what he is doing for a number of people with automotive insurance. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. State Farm, Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Jackson Burkett on the ones and twos and at war with Sheridan Clayton, Chairman Kurt, producing music left and right, and also filtering the Collier and Thompson phone lines and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. It's 8:06 in St. Louis. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. This is The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN from the Stiefel Studios. Michael's Flooring, family and locally owned for over 30 years. Online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com. Go online right now. You're going to get 3 samples free from Proximity Mills. Just go to igotfloored.com. Michael's Passions Flooring. When you order from him, he wants you to have the best experience for the best price, and that's why he's making sure he gets the best installers and giving them $7 a square yard, which is incredible compensation for carpet installers in this industry. Just come in or talk to them. You're going to see the difference. They want to make sure they suggest the best thing for you and not pushing what corporate is telling them they have too much of. There is a reason that Michael's Floorings continue to grow through the 31 years. Employees love working for him as they feel like family, and he makes sure they're taken care of. And this then rubs off to the families buying the product as they know they have the best interests of the buyers. They have it all. But carpet's awesome, and it's back. They have so many varieties of all flooring and 3 easy-to-get-to locations in St. Louis and Creve Coeur, Darden Prairie, and St. Peter's. Come see why people are loving getting floored by Michael, and make sure you visit igotfloored.com.
This is Jackson with the SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals, Marlins today, 5:40 p.m. first pitch with Michael McGreevy taking the mound for the Redbirds. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Bombs at a Big Mac pace. Looks like we got another home run chase. I still think back to summer 98. Listening to Jack Buck staying up too late. Summer blockbuster, rewind the tape. Jordan Walker got me feeling like it's summer 98. Welcome to the jungle, I can still hear it. 61 said he never get near it. Watching Big Mac back and forth with Sammy Sosa. Things we didn't speak about, familiar Cosa Nostra. Homer after homer after homer after homer. It's like summer 98, he'll have 80 by October. Where will you be when Jordan Walker hits number 80? Got me feeling like it's summer 98. When I see 18 digging at the plate. Dropping bombs at a Big Mac pace. Looks like we got another home run chase. I still think back to summer 98.
Guys, I played this at the Defenders Battlehawks tailgate this weekend. That's from Jugs in D.C.
Really? Okay, good. This should be played everywhere. It's a fabulous tune.
Just puts you, it's nostalgic. You get that dopamine hit of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. Well, sure you do.
Man, it's the jam. The program's called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. 8 o'clock hour is sponsored by Fisher Window and Door Store. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, Little Jackie Papers, and Chairman Kurt, who just released Summer of 98, which is surging up the Billboard pop charts. But, of course, number one on the pop charts, Navy Caps on the road. Doug, will the Cardinals wear Navy caps tonight in Miami?
I wouldn't think so, no. Miami wears dark hats, so the Cardinals will likely wear their red.
Well,
and that upsets you like nothing else, really.
Just keep winning ball games.
Okay.
Just keep winning ball games.
Do you think if they do it, they'll announce it first, or will we just turn on the TV one night and it'll be there and they'll surprise us with it?
I don't think they will be doing it at all.
Not this season, at least.
For none
But
of
I
the
would
games?
be delighted, Chairman, if I turned it on tonight. Oh, my goodness. For whatever reason, I don't know why, my algorithm had the final inning of the Cardinals-Astros 2005. I have no idea why that was in my algorithm. And do you guys remember that? We asked Eckstein about it, Martin, when he was with us at opening day, that they were down, again, to their last strike. And Eckstein got a base hit, a little dribbler through the left side of the infield. Edmonds, a walk. Pujols flailed at Lidge's initial offering of a slider, and then he told Ryan Howard and Jimmy Rollins on their podcast once he threw the slider, he knew what was coming next, and it was like in slow motion, like he hit pause. And when he saw the pitch, he knew he was going to hit a home run because he knew Lidge was coming back at him with it. And off she goes.
Yeah.
There is a Hall of Famer of note who is in a cutaway at two of the most signature moments of Cardinal baseball in the 21st century, I would say ever.
Nolan Ryan.
Yes. He is right there. The Cardinals got him twice. Now, 2 nights later, he would get the Cardinals as they closed down Busch Stadium and beating Mark Mulder with Roy Oswalt. But he was there as Freese is celebrating at third base after the triple. And while the ballpark's going crazy, he is sitting there like, you've got to be effing kidding me.
Not that happy.
He was wearing like a raincoat or
yes,
something.
exactly. Right. Top coat. I call it a top coat.
He had a share of ownership in the team, right?
I don't know. I stopped crowdsourcing years ago.
I think he did.
He was CEO of the Texas Rangers.
And did he get equity?
I'm not sure on that.
Is his contract public?
I'm sure there's some sort of package. No, he's not in sports talk radio. He's an executive advisor to the Houston Astros.
All right.
Doug, he started his career in 1966, and his last year at the Texas Rangers was 1993.
Yeah.
Unfathomable.
He was just superhuman. He was still throwing almost 100 miles an hour at age 47.
He was the strikeout leader in Major League Baseball in 1972, and then again in 1990.
Caller Ellen has a request. Chairman Kurt, can you ask Chairman Kurt to let us know how this song is listed on iTunes?
I found it, but it took a while. There are quite a few Summer of 98 and Summer 98 songs. That's from caller Ellen.
Well, if you search by artist, search Chairman Kurt, save that artist, and when the album comes out, it'll be right there for you.
Do you have an album title yet?
I'm thinking about just Blue.
Kind of coy.
Yeah. Got an album cover ready to go.
Oh, really?
I'm hoping for a Friday morning album release.
I did see a couple people last week asking that same question. If they want to find your songs, we play a bunch of them on the show. Is the easiest thing to just type in Chairman Kurt?
That's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah, that's the artist, Doug. Sharon and Clayton is really unhappy with Jackson this morning, and now also caller Ellen. Holy hell, just search the artist or song name. It's not that damn hard. Wow, man. Why they're unhappy, Doug, and it's unfortunate. Every team in the National League Central is above 500. JS. That's from Garth Butcher's Sweaty Undercarriage.
Is JS just saying?
I guess so. I was wondering what was going on there.
Yeah, that's a little much.
At least 3 games over 500.
I know Central's kind of flipped upside down where you would have thought it would have been come season start with the Brewers and Cubs at the bottom and the Reds and Cardinals at the top.
And the Reds remain one of the lowest scoring teams in baseball. Only the Giants have scored fewer runs than the Reds, and the Reds are 14-8 in first place.
They got good pitching?
They got good pitching. They got good defense. They got good monitor.
Pirates are the highest scoring team in the Central.
Yeah.
Karen and Clayton's husband really needs to take her phone away. I don't know why you guys keep encouraging this insufferable woman. She's not funny. She's not entertaining. Nobody cares that she hit the husband lottery. Stop it! It's from the old Appleton stepdad, and what a beautiful morning in old Appleton, Doug, to sit out on the front porch with a transistor radio and listen to this show with a glass of Country Time lemonade.
And he's calling her Karen instead of Sharon.
That's great.
Look at me, I work out.
Careful, Sharon. That's from caller Ellen.
Oh, no.
It's a warning. That was a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Vitello's still hot, though, Doug. It's from Eric in the Central West End.
Okay.
Giants are struggling a bit.
Giants are struggling a bit. They got a little offensive situation. They are 9-13 after getting clipped by Natitude yesterday. How about the Rockies taking 2 or 3 so far?
I was going to say they're quietly not terrible.
Yeah, they are 9-13 and took 2 or 3 from the Dodgers. And the Dodgers and Rockies will play again this afternoon. But, yeah, how about that? And then we got a 10-10 start in Boston today, Doug, for the Tigers and the Red Sox.
Huh. Is that because it's they're doing the race or the marathon or Patriots Day or what do they call it?
That's right. There you go. You hit it. And that was a Mark Wahlberg picture. Am I right on that, Jackson?
What was that again?
Patriots Day, early Red Sox start.
Remember
Monday.
Boston and
Good or bad?
movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Jeez. I've seen Invincible with Mark Wahlberg about Vince Papale. Pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dick Vermeil was in there.
Yeah.
The guy
Great
playing
Kinnear.
Dick Vermeil. Yeah.
I noticed that early game Wednesday, that's a getaway game, Cards Marlins. The pitcher for the Marlins is Jansen Junk. I'd like to be a pitcher named Junk.
That's bad. Well, it's not much worse than Blewett.
Blewett?
For a reliever. The Reds had a pitcher named Homer. Remember that?
Yeah,
Homer Bailey.
Yeah, that's another bad name
Made
for
a
a
ton
pitcher.
of money.
McGreevy on the mound tonight for the Cardinals. They will try to make it 6 in a row. If you would have told me before the season that the Cardinals would be looking at a potential 6-game winning streak in April, there is not a chance in hell I would have thought that.
Me neither.
But yet, here they are, and what a delight it is. Caller Ellen's on the Callier and Thompson phone lines.
Oh.
I guess this is a response to Sharon. Good morning, Caller Ellen.
No, I have no response for Sharon. So, Tim, first, how is your fridge?
Boy, thank you for that. Probably should have been the lead. And Doug,
No, that's a limit
I
question.
noticed, Doug, you didn't mention that while we were talking about your French drain.
Yeah, boy, that's been an issue.
Well, I'm glad you asked. We unplugged it as one last effort. And as you know, I don't do manual labor because I graduated from St. Louis.
So your
High.
wife unplugged it, so you didn't have to.
Thank you, Martin. That's exactly right.
She was Marquette.
She's a public.
Yeah, she's a public.
She can do that.
And I was out pitching baseballs to my 4-year-old because that's what I now do. I host this show and I throw batting practice. And she came outside holding a big piece of ice that was frozen
And that kept the refrigerator from opening for so many days. So now it has been freed, and we will see if it can.
That's all it was? Was a piece of ice?
But it was like so thick as the day is long. But
This is in the ice making.
But when we were down in Jupiter for a couple of weeks, nobody was in the house, and so it didn't get tended to. No, it was from a leak of the ice maker that then froze under the freezer. So anyway, caller Ellen, thank you for asking. Doug had no class and didn't ask about it. Spent 20 minutes on that French train, though.
Yeah.
Anything else, caller Ellen? Or do you just want to check on my freezer?
I care. Yeah, so I do want to take now that you've gonged me, Doug, I do want to take a little bit of issue. I was trying to promote Chairman Kurt and that song is so damn good.
Which
Kurt,
one? All of them, or will you have a specific favorite?
They're all really good, but Summer 98 is unbelievable. I've played it for 3 different people, and they're just like, holy, you know what? Nice. It's really great. It's just really good. So I was trying to be like, hey, can you tell people how to find it? And Tim read it a little angrily, I think because he reads every other text angrily because they probably do come from more of a place of anger. But
Correct.
mine was more
read.
of a place of like, hey, how do we promote Chairman Kurt and his work? Because it is excellent. So I did not want Kurt to think I was snarky. Sharon is welcome to think I'm stupid. Don't care. But I just wanted the rest of America and the world to know where to find the song.
I appreciate the love, Ellen. I didn't take it any other way, and I appreciate you helping spread the word.
Oh, see, there we go. There's the TMA. I know. Actually, I've never seen this TMA, but thank you.
Thank you, caller Ellen. Anything else to tend to?
I don't think so. I think I'm good. I'm just waiting for a repairman. It's a super exciting Monday. Woo-hoo.
What's wrong with your house?
Well, I'm kind of okay. Here comes a brag. I'm going to sound, but I'm getting a water filter installed.
Oh, brother.
Doug doesn't like that.
I'm a big deal because I used to have water in my fridge, and now I inherited this huge fancy fridge, but it doesn't have water in the door. So getting a water filter installed, and I'm super excited about it because those Brita pitchers are no joke when they're full. So a little too heavy for me to lift in and out. Shoulder, I can't exercise as much as Sharon and Clayton, so maybe my shoulders aren't as strong as they should be. So,
all right. Well, good luck with that.
And just remember, you asked, I didn't offer before everybody unloads on me.
Okay. All right.
That ship sailed already, just so you know it's out of the port.
I know. It sailed a long time ago.
It is a tough deal reading the text line. Every once in a while, Tim's out. I'll read that. And it just starts, you're kind of upbeat. Like, hey, fellas, how we doing today? You're all idiots. You should be fired. You're like, oh. You just get sucked in. So you got to be careful with the tone.
I'm telling you, it's been this way for a long time. Did you guys have the text line in 2004?
Doug, did we have a text line in 2004? I don't think so, Martin. I don't think so.
But we had a better way of communicating who was on hold than we do in 2026. We had a screen in front of us.
Has to hold his phone up. Oh, do we have another one?
No, I was just doing the motion.
Oh, the motion to let me know that there is a phone call.
Back then, you could just look at the board in front of you and say, Baby O's on line 1, Thurman on line 2, Douglas on line 3. You could just see it all right in front. Now you have to get a text from Chairman Kurt.
Baby O was Onion
But
Horton's son.
I wouldn't give to hear Douglas in a schedule reading. What I wouldn't give.
Douglas. Yeah, boy. I think we all
right, fellas.
Jackson's rapping you. How about that?
Rapping the segment. It's not you. Rapping the segment.
It's not personal.
Oh. Thank you, caller Ellen.
Stay on time in case Soup calls at 10.
Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. It comes your way on the Polos Plus dossier at 9:45. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
Hey, Classic Air Care wants to remind you a few things as we start to head towards the summer. Number one, change that air filter. That's the easiest thing you can do at home on your own to make sure that you're getting the most efficient use out of that air conditioning unit. Second thing, the next easiest thing you can do is get onto ClassicAirCare.com and book a $79 maintenance appointment. That's all it is. It's insurance to make sure that your unit is prepped and ready to go for the summer heat. Nobody likes breakdowns. Nobody likes the inconvenience of having to try and figure things out when it's not working. Do the best that you can to make sure that that air conditioner unit is working by having them come out and do a maintenance check. It really is that easy. And again, it's just $79. You can book an appointment at ClassicAirCare.com. You're going to get amazing customer service. They've got over 100 vans on the road. They can typically get to you within 24 hours. And the best part is they care so much about the customer service that it's guaranteed. There's a reason they've got a 4.8 Google rating. The customer service is that good. It's just that simple. Get online, ClassicAirCare.com. Book an appointment today. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
CMA 101 ESPN. Chairman Kurt, you got a Patreon now? I just looked up at the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat and I saw you promoting it.
I was just being a little bit of a smart ass.
Oh, were you? That's the first comment I saw up there. Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. That's where you can talk it over while you watch TMA on the TMA STL YouTube channel. Joining us now on the Callier and Thompson phone lines is the voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber. Morning, Kerbs.
Morning, Tim. How are you?
We are wonderful. I wanted to hear what your biggest takeaway was from the Saturday afternoon press conference with a wide variety of people, ranging from Doug Armstrong to Jim Montgomery, Robert Thomas, Colton Parayko, Jordan Kyrou, Jordan Binnington. Anything that really stood out to you?
You know, I think the biggest thing is if I look at the veteran players that we're talking, you could see how with a Robert Thomas, you know, a Colton Parayko, a Jordan Binnington, you could see how this season didn't hit them right. You know, like they just you could see that they didn't, you know, how unhappy they were with the result and unsettling that it was. And I also took the biggest thing. I thought, you know, Ben Hockman asked what I thought were actually needed and reasonably good, you know, like questions to ask at the end of the season. And I thought Jordan Binnington really handled them, you know, quite well. I mean, look, it's a tough thing to ask, hey, are you comfortable being a number 2 goalie? But with the way this season went, you know, that's the direction that looks like things could be headed in. And so I think it was a fantastic question. And not surprisingly, Jordan Binnington handled it spectacularly. But he talked about loving this city, and he talked also about being a competitive goaltender. And we'll love to see if those two things continue to intersect.
What kind of an answer did he give? Can you give us more info on that?
Yeah, well, folks can go online. They can see it. The Blues streamed it, you know, so everybody can see it. But he basically said, look, I'm a competitive goalie. I love the city. I love playing here. And he goes, and I want to be part of a good, competitive, winning hockey team. And I get the sense that he feels like this team is heading in that direction. So, you know, it wasn't like a telling thing. It's, you know, it's not like you could look at that and say, oh, he's, you know, this is what's up. That's what's up. I just look at the goaltending situation in my own opinion, Doug, and the one thing that you have to be competitive is 2 good goaltenders, and I believe the St. Louis Blues have it. I believe if you'd let one of them go, I don't believe you have it. You know, right now, I don't believe the guys in the American League are ready for that. So we'll just see what transpires. But to me, that's going to be an interesting storyline over the course of this season. But he also did say that, that there's conversations with Alexander Steen to figure out kind of what direction things are going to go in, and that'll all play a role in things.
I think the number one topic has to be Robert Thomas, the future, the kind of where each side is with the other, whether that's Steen sitting with him instead of Army. Just clarity, if he's going to wear the C, if he's going to be here long term, is everybody happy with each other? And I know people say, who cares if they're happy? They're getting paid millions. But I think they need to kind of clean that up a little bit, each side.
You know what? Yeah, and I don't think it's just with Robert Thomas, to be honest with you. I think I don't know where the truth is in terms of what was discussed trade deadline. Robert did come out and say he wasn't asked to waive his no trade clause. So I don't really go to players sitting in the locker and say where's the truth here. So I don't know exactly where that lies. But look, there's one thing I do know. I mean, Doug Armstrong's comments about nobody values Robert Thomas more than him, that's clear. I mean, he said, look, if somebody was going to make a deal for him, it would have to be massive. Well, there's a reason for that. He's your number one center. You don't have another player like him in the organization right now. You just don't. And very rarely in a trade like that are you trading for a player and getting that kind of player back. So, for me, or one that's at least ready, you can make a trade like a Ryan O'Reilly for Tage Thompson, but it takes time, right? To me, that's one of those deals where, from a St. Louis Blues standpoint, if you're talking about being competitive, Robert Thomas is part of it. So, I think a conversation, a little bit of clear the air and an understanding. And I think, frankly, a new voice in Alex Steen is going to be beneficial for that whole process.
They got 3 first-round draft picks coming up in the draft. Since Thomas is their only, I guess, big-time center, he said the only one in that kind of class. You think that might be a focus? Might they look for offensive talent in that first round?
Yeah, look, I think this team is in a really good spot defensively where they're at with what's coming with Jiricek and some others. So unless the defenseman with where the Blues are drafting, which right now would be 10th, unless a defenseman is just leaps and bounds, heads up over the other players, I think then, yeah, you're looking to continue to upgrade your forwards and upgrade your offense. Dalibor Dvorsky's going to have to take a big step from year 1 into year 2, and then you'll see, what else develops from a center standpoint. But it's not a position of strength right now for the team. So if there is a top-notch center that's able to go out there and grab him, maybe you use 2 or 3 of those picks, or you've got, I think, 12 total picks in that draft to move up if moving up is possible. Now, Doug's right. You got to have somebody that wants to move out of that spot. But if it's possible to do that and upgrade in that area, it's definitely an area of need.
And so the Montgomery clip, we played this earlier in the show, but he basically said when they lost the game to the Kings, the overtime home loss, that he was really hard on them. And then all of a sudden they did spiral after that. I was surprised by that. And I know he's very reflective. I appreciate him kind of doing a little self-critique, but I'm surprised that that would be an issue for a team. But he more or less said, like, I came out and they just didn't know I had it. They didn't see that side of him until that moment, and maybe it just kind of threw him off.
Yeah, it's some interesting self-reflection, isn't it? You coaches these days, and John Tortorella is in a good situation here in Vegas right now because it's finally, for the first time in a while, he's back with a veteran team, not trying to bring up young players and stuff like that. The coaching of the younger players and how you do it, it's way different now than it used to be. And, I think Jim thought he was going to kind of, grab him by the scruff a little bit and knock some sense into him. And that it didn't react well. It didn't sit well. And, now look, in all fairness, I love the self-reflectiveness, but at the same time, if that derails an entire process, something to me is much more. There's a bigger problem in the room than that, I guess, is what I would try to say. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but, we've all gotten yelled at. We've got barked at by bosses, by parents, or by whatever, but eventually you learn to turn the page and you don't let it totally, throw you off. So to me, I still got to look at the group in the room, more so than the coach to grab things like that. And I can appreciate a coach being self-reflective at the same time. That, in my opinion, should be a blip, not a problem.
Playoffs started this weekend. Is there anybody you think can give Colorado a run for their money?
Unfortunately, I think too it might be the two teams that one of the two teams that's going to get knocked out here in the first round in Minnesota or in Dallas. Tampa's got the pedigree on the eastern side to do it. We'll see how that one plays out, but I think Colorado definitely goes in as a prohibitive favorite.
What do you think of the format? I saw an article about that this week in the what you made reference to is of course the focal point that you have these three great teams from the Central, and no matter what, at least one of them is going to be gone, and that is the current format. They discussed it a couple weeks ago. They're going to stick with it, and the goal is to continue to have those rivalries in the divisions, and then also to make it ideal from a time standpoint. What is your opinion on the current format that went into effect about 12, 13 years ago?
Yeah, so it's an interesting one. There's so many great debates. People love to say you should change the point system to that 3-2-1, whatever. Do all the math, like shake it all out, and no matter what, in any given year, I could take any format, and I'm going to show you a first round meeting that is going to be like which one are you going to complain about this year, right? And so in the situation where three of the top teams in the league just happen to be in one division, it's not ideal that two of those three are going to be out before the conference final. And I understand that argument. But that's only the case this year because, say, the Pacific Division was that bad, right? It's only the case this year because the three teams happen to be, I say this year, but it only happens in the scenario where the three teams happen to be, from the same division. So I guess the way I look at it is I think it's a lot of hot air that just gets blown over and blown over and blown over. And in the end, I don't think it matters. Like if you go do the math with the points, for example, yeah, you're going to find one team in, one team out on average, right? But playoff teams are playoff teams, and if you go ahead and you juggle things up again and you redid the standings 1 through 8, that kind of stuff. One, that you have the issue, the unintended consequences, Tim. The issue of does it, the competitiveness, the travel aspect of things, the divisional rivalries. If you're going to go 1 through 8, you've got to have a balanced schedule throughout the whole conference. You cannot have a heavy divisional schedule and then go 1 through 8. That just, there's not competitive balance or fairness in that either. So I understand the argument. I think it's just it just matters right now because so many, the three teams are in the one division. But and that's the good and the bad of it. I'll be honest with you. Like, I love the fact that it's Pittsburgh playing Philadelphia in round 1. I mean, rivalries and stuff like that matter. It's just we haven't seen the Blues and, say, the Blackhawks in so doggone long. But I'm okay with the format the way it is. I think the playoffs are fantastic.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Lightning and Panthers, not, of course, this year.
Right.
A lot of Oilers, a lot of Kings, and, of course, the Central this year happens to have what you have, but then you got kind of a monster one-off in the Sabres and the Bruins, and what an atmosphere they have going in Buffalo, especially with that comeback yesterday in the third period. So Stanley Cup playoff matchups in the first round, that's what creates incredible entertainment in the month of April, and we will be here watching it on 101 ESPN. Chris Kerber with us every Monday at 8 o'clock hour, giving us his perspective, and we appreciate the time, Kerbs, as always. Thanks so much, man.
Okay, guys. Have an awesome week.
You too. That's Chris.
Next week.
Thank you. That's Chris Kerber with us here on TMA. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. And we welcome you to participate by texting in 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service text inbox. Calling in Callier and Thompson phone lines 314-974-0101. And, of course, you are welcome to talk it over with other TMA listeners in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. That's youtube.com/TMASTL. Subscribe and talk it over. And you can always go back and podcast via the Schaefer Door Company podcast. They create Monday morning standby service. So if you had a garage door issue over the weekend, don't worry. Go to schaeferdoor.com at SCHAEFER door.com, and they will be able to get out there this morning. Schaefer Door Company, Jason Gosrow's company. And you can call or text the number at 636-782-3608. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs with LiftMaster. LiftMaster garage door openers, strong, quiet, and versatile. They service commercial doors as well, so if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer's experienced in these types of jobs. It's Schaefer Door Company. Sponsor the podcast here on TMA and throughout the day on 101 ESPN. Schaefer Door, a LiftMaster partner online at schaeferdoor.com. We'll take a commercial break, come back with more Morning After on 101 ESPN.
Village Bar, all Papers and I need to get back up there. Never disappoints. Get ourselves little burgers, some wings, maybe some waffle fries, and sample the great 1879 products. Things like Red Barn Vodka, 1879 Rye, award-winning products made right there in back inside the barn. That's the home of 1879 Distilling. And the gift shop out front, that's the general store, the blue building, connected to Village Bar. You see it from Manchester. That blue building is home to the general store. That's where they have merchandise. You can buy the products there. Red Barn Vodka, 1879 Rye, bourbon, things to go, but also the cool sweatshirts and hats, all the great merchandise for Village Bar and 1879 inside that cool building. They've been doing the tastings there on Saturdays. They've got a little patio out front as the weather gets better. They're going to start opening up the general store. More hours available. Look for that. Meantime, get online, read more about the history here, starting 1879 Distilling and the awards that they have won. 1879distilling.com. Village Bar, the barn out back, all of it. One great spot for you all summer long.
These are top-down songs, Doug.
Okay.
Martin, do you view this as a top-down song?
Not really. I love Pink Floyd. Love The Wall. Love all things Roger Waters, though he's a little grouchy these days. But this is I guess you could be blasting it for people to hear and having a little fun with that.
I can see this.
Doesn't feel like a cruising kind of song.
Oh, I do. I think it is.
Maybe at carpool.
With Sue.
Will Jeff Suppan be on the Polos Plus dossier at 10:05 today? I've got it at 71%.
I just can't rule it out.
No, it's tough to bet against it. And just for the record, since he started calling in, the Cardinals haven't lost a game. I think we got to look into
Even though he's
that.
not real familiar, his whole point was that he had his son check to see if they had played.
Yep.
So that he could chime in, and he found out they had the one time he checked, they didn't play.
Yep. And then he mentioned pitcher Leahy. We had to correct him on that. But you know what? They got the win in that start. And Saturday and Sunday, McGreevy taking on the Marlins tonight in Miami. That is really fun with alliteration. Doug, MLB.com has just released their power rankings for Major League Baseball this morning. Who do you think is number one?
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you read it?
I didn't read it, no, but they've been number one for a few years now.
Where do you think the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals and their 13-8 record and their 5-game winning streak come into the rankings?
Well, we did this last week, and I think they were 25.
This is MLB's.
Okay. They won't be that low anymore. I'll stick to 20.
Matten?
It's hard to ignore. 14.
Papers?
16.
Chairman Kurt?
15.
Damn, every time Kurt comes, I feel like he has to hit like 5 levers. It's like cracking the code.
The answer is 14.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, Martin.
They were 20th, and they moved up to 14th in the rankings. For the record, it's a National League Central festival. In the top half of the power rankings, as we referenced, everybody in the National League Central is above 500, and not just above 500, 3 games or more. Reds are 9, Cubs are 8, Brewers are 7, and the Pirates are 5. How about that? Beware of the Pirates.
They made some changes in the offseason. Finally, have decided to go for it. Yeah.
Now, ESPN does not have power rankings, but they have their MLB 2026 trade deadline preview up.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. We got to figure out who's going to get traded in July.
David Schoenfeld just posted this, Doug. This is one player that is the top trade candidate for each team.
I like that.
Martin, then if you like it, then you get to fire a bullet at the pot. Who does he have leaving the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals?
Did a lot of unloading last offseason. So
I think I know.
It's probably Dustin May, but
Yeah,
it might be a reliever. I'll say Romero.
Riley O'Brien.
Oh, same idea.
Boomer Kingsley?
No, Riley O'Brien. The Cardinals signed Dustin May to a 1-year deal largely with the idea of potentially trading him if he was having a good season, but O'Brien will draw the most interest. A 31-year-old reliever who had a breakout season with a 2.06 ERA in 48 innings last year. He's been even better so far this season with his sinker, sweeper, slider repertoire. O'Brien's thrown 98 and hasn't issued a walk while serving as the Cardinal closer. He's under team control for 4 more years, so there's no need to trade him. But with the way he's pitching, it could be an opportunity for the Cardinals to acquire a premium prospect for an older reliever they originally acquired for cash from the Mariners. How about that?
Well, if they're still in the playoff picture, it's going to be hard to trade your closer, your shutdown closer. If they're kind of on the fringe of the playoffs or seemingly out of it, then I could see them moving them. But if the Cardinals were a game or 2 out and they traded their closer for a minor leaguer, even if he was a highly touted prospect, I think people would be pretty upset with that.
Ty Pete, who came over in the Donovan trade, hit for the cycle over the weekend. How about that? And they've got some guys that raking down in the minors. Pete, for the record, is in the high A Peoria group. But, boy, I'm telling you, they got some guys, when you look at Memphis, just absolutely hitting the bay. And it's not Nelson Velasquez either, although he's gotten it going after a super slow start. Crooks had 2 home runs in Saturday's game. He's up to 6 on the season, a 1,037 OPS. Jackson, more catchers, please?
Absolutely.
10 catchers.
That'd be great.
Blaze Jordan went off yesterday as well, and he's at a 1,007 OPS. If you enjoy baseball card statistics, he is at 353 batting average and has been raking as well. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, and then you've got Crooks is hitting 281 with 6 home runs and 12 RBIs. So they are both over 1,000 with their OPSs.
These stats that I'm looking at Memphis, they've got Jordan playing third base. I thought he was a first baseman.
Yep, he's at third, according to...
Because that could be a position of need if Gorman doesn't pick it up. So maybe he's the third baseman of the future instead of the first sacker.
2 offensive abysses in the catcher and third base spot right now for the Cardinals if we're going to really delve into the thing.
Yeah, Tyus and Arias.
Boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
That is a tough spot. When he struck out, couldn't get the runner over, it drives me up the wall.
No, calm down.
Yeah.
Well, and there's 2 outfield spots where you're not getting a whole lot of offense either.
What makes you say that?
Because they don't hit.
Okay.
More specific. And this summer, Jimmy Crooks is going to be 25. So at some point,
I'm ready for him.
You know, I realize it's knee-jerk if it's the first couple of weeks of the season, but at this point, you get to be about a month in. The one guy, it's not like Petey, they call him Petey, is your long-term solution there, or maybe Crooks is your long-term solution there. I think at some point we might need a fake Pies injury.
Pies needs to go. Herrera does just fine. That's from the 314.
Herrera will likely be behind the plate tonight with McGreevy pitching.
Yeah, that's right. He's his go-to guy. Mm-hmm. Like Cody McKay was Suppan's go-to guy, Martin.
You think Cody McKay's
gotten wind?
Yet? Yeah.
I hope not. Because
15 years after the fact.
Why am I 20 years later getting shrapnel from being a bad catcher?
Something's going on in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. 322 friends are in there right now, Doug. And I'm not sure what the problem is, but Tom Bernansky's Nethers says, Chairman, my mom said she'd subscribe to if you'd like. That's all I see. I don't know what this means.
Oh, baby!
I think it was referring to that little failed joke I made about my Patreon. His mom would subscribe to my Patreon. So
Tom Bernansky's Nethers, Doug.
Okay.
Oh, baby!
Came over in exchange for Tommy Herr.
Mm-hmm. Right fielder.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good power hitter.
Were you poking Ken? Is that what you're doing there?
I would never do that.
Okay.
I see Iggy has said, awesome, KG. How many subscribers? So there's a Patreon subscriber war going on. That's what it is. And Tom Bernansky's involved somehow. That's what's going on in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat.
Well, thanks for the history lesson, Columbo.
What did Columbo have to do with history?
You ever hit that Columbo's in Dogtown?
No.
Nice spot. Good spot.
Right there in Manchester?
Yes.
Big cash checking spot.
Cash checking?
Yes.
Why would I need to get a check cash?
I think a lot of employees that get paid on a Friday would go in there and cash checks.
Really?
Seriously, yeah.
What do you know about custard stands?
Have these people thought about a bank?
Doug, I'm just telling you. Text in. Has anybody heard this before? Columbo's right there, a little down the road from Filoni's, Tim, a little further down.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little east there, eh?
It kind of works as a place that's known for cash and checks.
Wow, is that
Why
right?
would they do that?
Because they probably they get a cut, I'm sure. I'm just saying it's known for that.
Okay.
Well, you don't get mad about it.
No, I'm just confused as to why a restaurant would offer that service.
Because they make money off of it.
Were you charging people to cash the checks? Then the question stands, why don't these people go to their bank?
I don't know.
Shut up, ravioli head.
I think these are reasonable questions I'm asking.
Sit down, Jim.
Is that
That's one of my favorite drops.
Was he talking to the cat?
Sit down, Jim.
Why was he so?
That sounds like a spring training broadcast.
Yeah, I can hear the
sounds
wind.
like you can hear the hawk.
Oh, and I love Holiday, but he can be so condescending. It's perfect.
It's check cashing, Martin, not cash checking. I expect more.
That's from George Clooney's doppelganger.
Well, we don't care what George Clooney's doppelganger expects.
Cash checks?
But you don't even have to go anywhere anymore to deposit your check. You just do that, take a picture of your check and send it to your bank. This whole thing has got me befuddled.
I'm just telling you, it's a thing.
Okay. Like if I walk in there with a $100 check and say, can you cash this, please? How much are they going to give me back?
Now, that's a great question. I don't know. I've never done it, but I'm going to say, what do you think, Tim? About $5 off the 100, probably.
5% hit. Is that right?
What's your check?
Really?
1,000? Take 50?
I'm not doing that.
Too high?
For 5%? I'm not.
I don't know. All right, Columbo's, call in. Mike Columbo, call in and find out for us.
Okay.
Oh, is he related?
I don't think so.
All right.
But maybe you can get some answers.
Oh.
They don't have bank accounts, Doug. Jesus, boomer.
Who doesn't
That's
have a
from
bank
Maxwell
account?
Hone.
Some people
That's a good
don't.
question, Doug.
Who doesn't have a bank account?
Well, what if you keep your money in your mattress?
Well, then you deserve to lose it all.
Doug, if the amount of money you as your credit card number, how much money would you have? That's from the South Side Hash Slinging Slasher.
Well, I have a carport.
So that's their roundabout way to get my credit card number.
Huh?
Doug's in the pocket of big bank.
Well, most people, if you have direct deposit, there's a lot of places say you have to have direct deposit. So you got to have a bank account for that, right?
Usually 2 to 3% is what Heiser House Hooligan is saying. Also great burgers from the 626.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the spot for my guys from the brighter side of blue. Papers, did we have lunch with them there?
We did. No, we had
We were
lunch
Billy
at
G's,
Billy G's.
but I've had lunch with those guys a few times over there. I love that podcast. Brighter Side of Blue, made a recommendation on that thing. Huge cash checking. Let's see. Gary Kornfeld's texting us, Martin.
Thank you. In the shadows of the U-High.
Yep.
And that's where he goes to get his checks cashed?
I don't know. I'm still focused on him cutting me.
Yeah. Boy, the politics that was involved in that.
Thank you.
Sickening.
Thank you for saying it.
Was with the football, because there was only how many people were also cut with you? Wasn't there
I think one guy by the name of Mike Sedke.
Okay. Did they have to then post the roster on the on the door or something, or did they just approach you and say, "Hey, that's going to do it"?
Roster door.
That actually hurts more.
So I was kind of like Sean Astin and Rudy looking for my spot.
Pushing people out of the way to see if you made the team.
And what if the list was posted so high you couldn't even see it?
That was one of the core issues.
Man.
To get on the shoulders of the guys who did make the team.
That is kind of a harsh world. You're a freshman. You're already just trying to fit in, and you just want to make one of the team. You look at the sheet to see if your name's there. And
You're just a meat and potatoes guy from South St. Louis, and you're fitting in practice while you're working your multiple jobs. And the next thing you know, you get cut from a team that doesn't cut anybody.
You were singled out.
Thank you. Well, me and Mike.
It certainly wasn't because of your stature, because you had the size of a football coach would love.
You were Cinderella boy.
How big again were you?
5'2", 100 pounds.
I think that's big enough for football.
And you thought football would be a good idea.
Let's get Timmy's ass kicked tomorrow. Just let Missy have him go out for football. That'll get him, set him straight. Doug, check cashing at Columbo's is the key. If you're going through a divorce, you want to hide your money. It's great.
Oh, is that right? It's a slush fund?
That's from the Lady Sonia's teacup.
So you just go there and start funneling?
And so this place has multiple thousands of dollars just waiting to hand out.
If you're a place that
checks come
cashes
in?
checks, do you then are you just giving them the money and then you figure out you endorse it over to them and they'll figure it out with their own bank? I'm just curious. I know you don't know the answer.
I don't know. Somebody at Columbo's call in, clear it all up. It's a great endorsement. I guess this is what YOLO for them.
Yeah. Owner's a UI guy, so he's got my full support.
You think he made the football team?
Well, everybody did outside of me and Mike Sedke.
Now, after you worked out, did you drop below 100 pounds?
I lost some weight. Went up for left tackle. Thought we'd be going up against Hazelwood East, and I thought I could protect Steve Schnurr. Were you cut from the freshman football team at St. Louis U High and you'd like to file a class action grievance? Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.
How did you take that? How did you handle that emotionally when they said, we don't cut around here? Oh, except that guy.
You've shifted your sights to Hoop Rock, right? I imagine.
Yeah, then you turn your attention to the basketball team at that point with those kinds of...
Yeah. Just move on. Better sport anyways, you know? Their loss.
Doug, the Sunday scaries were brutal. Have been in the financial services industry for 13 plus years. Was wondering if the Warson Woods wacko, Mr. Licks, or Mark Canner are looking to hire a cute boy. Thank you. That's from Jimmy Krautman. Sounds like he's advertising his services.
Yeah. Indeed over here. If you send your resume and cover letter through the text line, you're already losing.
We don't have a lot of jobs to offer here.
No, nor are we likely going to connect you with any employers.
No.
Guys, I was 5 foot 90 pounds as a freshman, but I eventually grew. That's from Jerry Aldini, program director at Camp Mohawk.
That seemed pointed at you. I don't think that's fair.
Somebody get the AED ready for Doug. That's from Sharon in Clayton, who's sideways with both Jackson and Caller Ellen today. And I think Chairman Kurt. She was unhappy that you haven't posted the songs on social media. Chairman, she says, gee, I don't know, share it on social media. Just a thought.
Oh, my Lord. Doug, did you play football?
I played ninth grade football.
Okay.
And I wasn't much bigger than Tim. I didn't weigh a whole lot more.
Martin, you play?
I played 1 year, and I remember telling the coach, who was the assistant coach, he was talking about sophomore year and what I needed to do, and I said, I'm going to really focus on basketball. And he said, that's a bad choice. And I played 1 more year, rode the bench. That was 2020. I thought my future was basketball, and I was dead wrong. Coach was Pat Patton.
Oh, that's a good name.
Pat
And
Patton.
he was from the military background.
Yeah, that's a good
Grabbed
football
everybody by the face mask. Dragged you around Forest Park. Yeah, it was miserable. It was absolutely.
At Forest Park?
We had to ride the bus from CB over to Forest Park, and then as you'd line up in your stance, if you were wrong, he would just grab you and just jerk you into the right spot. Oof.
I couldn't bench the bar in freshman basketball workouts. Good thing my stroke game was saucy AF. That's from Shrimply Pibbles,
I don't know
Doug.
how saucy it was.
That's what matters way more in freshman basketball.
Exactly
I'd much
right.
rather have a guy who could shoot than who's a little stronger.
Yeah.
You're welcome to send your text in 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text inbox. You're also welcome to open up your YouTube app and type it over with 336 friends who are in there talking it over, like Nipper School Monitor, Chairman Kurt, Biscuits with McGreevy. You like that, Doug? Biscuits with
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Iggy's Lover and Tom Bernansky's Nethers. They're all in there and they're talking it over. You're welcome to talk it over as well. The program is called TMA and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Brown and Crouppen is online at getbc.com or call 314-222-2222. It's Brown and Crouppen, Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, and Ed Herman, local and the presenting sponsor of this program now for 3+ years. Brown and Crouppen is local, founded in St. Louis in 1979, and they know when there is an accident in your life, money can be tight, and that's why they take care of everything for free, and they come to you. They don't get paid unless you get paid. It's Brown and Crouppen at 314-222-2222, or go online at getbc.com. Brown and Crouppen. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. The program is TMA. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios on 101 ESPN.
TMA brought to you in part by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $400 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jackson Burkett with a play for today.
I got you a play, Tim.
What do you got?
Cardinals, Marlins tonight. I like Alec Burleson. I like Jordan Walker to each record an RBI apiece. And with FanDuel, they got me a nice bet reset token. So let's say this bet doesn't hit tonight. Don't worry. We can go get it tomorrow. No sweat.
There it is. Jackson with a play for you, and I kind of like that play. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update that's brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We got Knicks and Hawks tonight right here on 101 ESPN as New York tries to make it a 2-0 series lead at MSG. Pre-game at 6:30, tip-off at 7 right here on 101 ESPN. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Doug, these are songs that you play with your top down. And Bart
in the car,
really unhappy with the selection so far.
This is not it at all. I was thinking Beach Boys is that kind of tune.
You're telling me like a Rolling Stone isn't a top-down summer song?
I was thinking a little more like a Nelly, just kind of that.
Okay, if that's where you want to go,
well,
just give me the green light.
Well, you have the green light.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
You're playing songs that are supposed to evoke thoughts of driving with the top down.
I was trying.
Oh, this guy. I don't like your attitude. I don't like the way you're talking back to Martin.
I was trying to appease to the older crowd. But if you want to hear what Jackson would play when he's got his top down, then get ready. Get ready.
Oh!
Yeah, get ready. It's fine.
It just doesn't scream. Pink Floyd, Bob Dylan doesn't scream to me top down. It's more like Dad rolled the window down, hand rolls.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I've been given the green light.
You do you. It's just a very misleading category today. That's all.
Okay.
Doug, you had questions regarding Columbos and cashing checks?
Yeah, why you would take your check there.
Columbo is on hold. Ryan Columbo is on the Collier and Thompson phone lines here in the Mark Hanna Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour on 101 ESPN. Ryan, good morning. You're on with Doug Vaughn.
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Oh, hello, Ryan.
So you guys got all. I hear you have some questions.
Yes. Are you part of the? Are you Greg's brother?
I am Greg's brother. He's the SLU High guy. I'm a CBC guy.
How about that? All coming together, Tim.
Look at this. Look at the family business.
So I honestly don't know how the topic came up. That's true on almost every topic on this show. But I said, that Columbo's right there in Manchester. I said, they're known for check cash, and they'll cash your check for you. Is that true?
That is true. Been doing it for 75 years now. My grandfather started it.
Okay. See, Doug? Now, here you go, Doug.
Well, I could see the need for it before ATMs came around and direct deposit and having your bank account app on your phone. Why is it still needed?
Well, it is sort of a dying thing, but there are still a lot of people that are underbanked. They don't necessarily. A lot of them have bank accounts, but they can't put a hold on their check. Banks put that 5-day, 7-day, 10-day hold, and they need the cash right away. A lot of them will cash their check and actually go to the bank and put the cash in there so they have immediate access to it.
Huh. Well, why wouldn't they skip the middleman in that case? Why not just go straight to the bank?
Because the bank's going to put a 5-day hold on, and they got
I see. Okay.
Right now. And
you don't put a hold on it.
We do not. No, we've been doing it a long time. We kind of know the business and can usually figure out a bad check ahead of time. Most of our customers are repeat customers nowadays. We have very few new customers that walk in, or we know the business. Do a lot of small contractors who get a down payment on a job, and then they need to go buy materials right away, and they're working job to job and don't have the funds in the bank to support the next job. So they'll get that down payment check. We'll cash it. They'll go buy the materials and start on the job.
Hey, Doug, it's making commerce happen in our town.
There you go.
Ryan, how'd you find it? Did somebody text you or call you and say that they're speaking of your business?
Yes, I had several text messages. I'm actually at the Lake of the Ozarks crappie fishing, so
nice.
I'm just sitting out here enjoying a cup of coffee when they started texting me, and my phone was lit up there. So I turned it on for a minute, was listening to it, but then I was calling in, so I didn't get to hear a lot of it because the only access I had to listening was on my phone. And so I heard some of it. I heard some of you guys talking about the SLU stuff and whatnot and the check cashing. So
What about a gift card? Can I go get a little
gift card.
Doug, this might have been the perfect place for said person to.
Said person.
Unsaid person.
Oh, I see.
A little gift card right there.
I've hung out with those guys from the brighter side of blue at your place. I love that place. Had some delicious burgers there. Love that podcast. I'm a big fan.
The podcast is good. Those are it's a whole great group of guys. I've known those guys for a long time, so they've been good. We've been pretty much a cop bar since day one. As long as I know, I've been down there.
Are you St. James, St. Gabe's? I'm trying to get this pegged down to the parish.
Parish for where we're located?
No. Where'd you go to grade school, Tim? We got to go beyond high school. We got to go.
We're St. Mark and Mary Alico guys.
There you go.
Oh, is that right?
Down there.
SoCo.
Yes.
That's SoCo.
So,
All right.
And Greg did play football. He did play. He made the SLU team.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was cutting. Right there. That was cutting.
Yeah.
Coach Kornfeld said quite the running back, defensive back in the day.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player. He could hold his own.
Yeah. Well, almost everybody makes that team.
How dare you, sir?
Well, it is SLU, so they're not the most. They're not necessarily the most athletic, are they?
Yeah, bookworms, most of them.
Bookworms. Thank you for the knowledge. I go back to your fishing, but thank you for calling in. Doug had questions. We got answers.
I appreciate it, guys. Come on in anytime. We'll take care of you.
I appreciate that, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
There he is. That's Ryan from Columbus, Doug, giving us the answers you wanted.
It was all about the 5-day hold that the bank puts on your check.
Yeah, when the Tam Avenue Capital Partners have a cash call, we need you to get to Columbus ASAP.
I would think so. Yeah.
Cash it quick.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Maybe don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till Monday.
You guys are doing a segment on cashing checks in the year 2026. What am I listening to?
Mm-hmm. Jugs in D.C., Doug, is confused.
Yeah, I kind of was at first, too, that was still an issue for people. But I guess if you need the money right now, if you owe somebody and you don't want your legs broken, you can get some cash and pay them right away.
One son went to SLU, the other went to CBC. Clearly, the parents had a favorite child. That's from the unknown DJ. Is that Jeff Suppan texting in, or is he getting ready to call in at 10 o'clock? And, Jackson, that would be 4 days in a row?
Yeah. 4 shows in a row, yeah.
You got like a Jordan Walker streak down here.
Telling you.
I do have onboarding, but I'm tempted.
He's calling in. I got it at 71%. 10:05. Jackson, you don't think he's calling in?
I'm closer to 30%.
Wow.
Yeah. I think...
I don't know. I think he feels like he's on to something. What was the text line response? So Friday, I'm in my car
People
listening.
absolutely love it.
I mean, it's the most random thing ever that we have former Cardinal great.
But here's the thing. I find the response to it and how surprised people are by it surprising. And I think it's in part because we kind of knew him, albeit it's been a long time.
Right.
And we knew he's kind of got these, Doug, how about this, proclivities? Do you like that term?
Well, it's a long word.
Yeah. So he just kind of, and I also know he's sitting on God only knows how much.
Right.
And he doesn't really have anything to do.
Yeah.
So
I get
there's that.
Well, he's the Little League GM.
You're
or
right about
whatever.
that. You're right about that. You're
West
right about
Hills
that.
Little League. Daughter's a prolific softball player, but you're right. I think he's just kind of having a little fun. That he's always been weird in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing a live hit, and I think it was going to rain. It was, I think, it might have been a playoff game, and we were in the break, and they said, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So your guest, it's always awkward. They're just standing next to you, like, because you're not going to waste a great question. And I said, yeah, we're about 2 minutes out, too, because, yep, the waiting is the hardest part. And I said, oh, Tom Petty. And then we just started going back and forth with Tom Petty songs. And only most players would just kind of stare at you, like stare at their shoes or look down. And he wanted to just kind of have a weird little riff back and forth while we waited for the interview. He couldn't, and he really is kind of like unfrozen caveman. Okay, so tell me, guys, and tell me again, what time do you get there? Okay. And are the Cardinals playing tonight? He really, everything is news to him.
I got him calling in. I got it at 10:05. That's my play. I'm on it.
Why don't you and Papers have a friendly... I'm staying out of this because I was wrong. A milkshake.
I don't want to bet on this.
Doesn't Franco half the city a milkshake?
Yes, he does bet milkshakes. My Venmo's active.
A lot of milkshakes.
My Venmo's active as the day is long. 100 West Dental's active as the day is long, too. That's Dr. Brandon Pryor on 100westdental.com. Located on Manchester in Baldwin. Dr. Brandon Pryor is my guy. Right now, they're offering a complimentary consultation. If you're tired of the jagged look of your teeth, go to 100westdental.com and book an in-person consult online or submit a virtual consultation request right from your phone. They do more than your typical dentist at 100 West Dental. They don't just clean teeth. 100 West Dental rebuilds smiles and confidence. If you have worn teeth, chipped edges, gaps, Dr. Pryor handles the heavy lifting with veneers, bonding, and full mouth rehab. Stop smiling with your mouth closed in photographs. Go see Dr. Pryor. Go to 100westdental.com. Complimentary consultations from 100 West Dental. It's 9:28 in St. Louis. Mark Hanna, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour. It's TMA 101 ESPN. Well, Jackson's doing top-down music. He went with some Pink Floyd. He went with some Bob Dylan. He got mocked, and here's his response.
Yep, the boy.
This is what you'd have on your radio with the convertible top-down.
That's right. Matter of fact, in the Entourage movie, critically panned, this song plays when they get a brand new Cadillac, which was some of the most forced market product placement I've ever seen in my life. As they drive down the PCH in the vehicle, they play this song.
How about that, Doug?
Okay.
Oh. Oh. This is Jackson's Top Down, driving through the Central West End.
not to the CWE. I don't do any cruising. Although I like driving is like meditation to me in a weird way. Like driving by myself for a while. Really.
Not in city traffic, but out on the
like on a highway or something. Like the drive to Columbia is always like my favorite. Perfect drive. Hour 45 minutes.
I'm in a good headspace now, going to football games with my family. I'm in a good headspace. But when I was going to school there, it felt like it was a super long drive. I have my theory is podcasting.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
Because what, you just listen to radio, or if you had a cassette
just bouncing
or something?
around with songs and driving a car with white walls.
That helps. I think the more times you make a trip to, it seems to get shorter.
For sure.
But Jackson, when you make the trip to Columbia, how many times will you stop at a truck stop to shower?
Clip that off.
I've harbored interest in checking out what the showers are like at a truck stop.
Clip that off.
Well, just to see what the word is, really. Because you go into one of those.
Doug, what's the word?
Harbored
Man.
Well, the idea of it is just like interesting. Like you hear them like call it like shower 7 is ready, and I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting.
Sounds interesting.
I just want to see what it's like. You never like if you go to the shower in your gym. You know, you're often kind of disappointed. I want to know if it's something like that.
What am I hearing?
Why would I be disappointed?
Well, I don't know. I feel like the body wash and shampoo quality is it's almost water based. It feels pretty weak. I never feel totally clean after a gym shower. I want to know if that's the case after a truck stop.
So
shower.
the trucks when you're there grabbing a bag of Raisinets, and then
I like that purple bag of Doritos. The sweet spicy chili.
Shower 8's ready. You've thought about just popping in there to see, and they're like, I'm sorry, this is my shower. Fred from Topeka.
I would just tell them I'm slammed and I got to get to, I got to get
so
to
you're
Paducah.
Gonna can you share the
jump
shower?
in front?
Well, yeah, we'll alternate.
Oh.
You get my back, I get yours.
No.
I think Chevy Chase said that to Beverly D'Angelo, didn't he? They had just driven through St. Louis asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got kids, are you seeing all this plate?
Too, didn't it?
You're welcome to get involved as well. Have you had positive experiences at truck stops? 314-399-9646. That's how you can text in. Then you can also email. We got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up here in about 10 minutes. I think we've got a Jeff Suppan phone call coming up on the polosplus.ca at 10:05. That's what I think is coming your way here on the program. Papers, curious if there are glory holes at truck stop showers. Thanks. That's from George Clooney's doppelganger.
I'd be surprised. Because I don't know. You'd have to have what's on the other end, really. I guess that's always the question when you see a hole in any door. But
clip that off. How do you not use your own shampoo at your gym? That's from the St. Louis Gator.
You bring shampoo to the gym?
Sounds like you want to fight the St. Louis Gator.
I'd never do that.
They supply it. Maybe you need to upgrade your gym membership.
Yeah,
to a different gym.
I did
if
just
you're
cancel.
worried about the water-based quality of the soap.
I am looking for a new gym as I've moved.
Okay.
Can someone come in and remove Pale? I don't want him fired, but I do want him removed. WTF? That's Chairman Steve. He's in DeMun.
Does that mean I just get to go home?
He doesn't want you fired. He just wants you removed forcibly.
Like a pitcher. Like just pull me out in the fourth.
Is Dawson's Creek doing method acting right now as a lot lizard? That's from Little Judy Suckins.
No, I've just always been curious. The truck stop has always been a curious place. I'm not worked up. It's
John, do you agree with the statement? Truck stops have always been curious place.
No, let's get the hell out of here. That's what you think.
They're so
truck
big.
stop.
Just the trucker lifestyle to me is something I'm interested in.
Oh, interested? Oh,
not
it would
like
be tough.
Not like pursuing myself.
But don't you get into that shower line? They're out driving America's industry, and you're going to get in the way.
No, I
of
never
their
would.
Clean shower.
I never would. I respect.
Why don't you
the
just do
truckers.
some reporting with a little recorder. Hey, real quick, I'm just doing a little survey. Can I ask, how is the water base of the soap?
Well, I don't know if they provide. If I was a trucker, I would then bring like a shower caddy and bring my own accoutrement. But to the gym, or if someone forgot something, I'm curious. Or did they buy it there? I have a lot of questions. And their diet, I'm curious about.
Sometimes I see big semis parked overnight in like Walmart parking lots.
Yeah.
Where they pull over and spend the night there.
The sleeper cab.
Tough life.
Yeah. I think you make pretty good money doing it.
We have a lot of truckers that listen to this show.
Yes.
Calling in.
Nice.
Truckers, call in.
We had Columbo's calling in the first half of the McKernan Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour. Now
We want to hear
truckers.
We want to hear shower stories.
Or just
314-974
life on the road.
0101. That is how you can call in the Collier and Thompson phone lines. McKernan, sponsor of this Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour. Mark is online at evergreen-ws.com. Call 314-889-0503. That's Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Get yourself a financial advisor. Mark himself says, hey, listen, if you're not going to go with me, that's fine, but just make sure you have one. Get yourself in a position, whether you're in your 20s or in your 70s, to know what works for you and what you want, both in the short term and in the long term. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreen-ws.com. Mark Hanna has a way about him where you sit there and you have a conversation and you get off the phone and you just feel better about things. That's a wonderful trait, especially for a financial advisor. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreen-ws.com. Hold on. This guy is interested in the quality of the loofah at the Pilot gas station. What an incel. There's no chance this kid routinely touches naked women other than those accepting $1 bills. Doug, that comes from Beer Cats.
No, why would they provide a loofah? That would make no sense. You definitely have to bring that for yourself.
Bring your own loofah? BYOL.
100%.
You wouldn't want to use a used one that was just left over from the last.
I wouldn't want to use any left, except if it's like soap in its own container.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Do you do it before the truck run, or do you do it after a long day of being?
Why don't you do it maybe next weekend or sometime you got a couple hours? Drive westbound somewhere, 44 or 40. Stop at a truck stop, take your shower, and come back and tell us how it went.
I might just do that. It'd
be a nice little field trip for you.
Yeah, I do it in non-peak hours, so I'm not taking a shower from one of our brave truckers.
Amazing week of playoff hockey and basketball on an ESPN radio show, and we got truck stop showers. Bring back Randy, Dan, and Brooke, please.
Oh, that's from the 314. Well, we will pivot then and go to Marty Party, the trucker, on the Collier and Thompson phone lines, Doug, and he wants to talk Flyers and Penguins. Marty Party, the trucker, you are on 101 ESPN with Jackson Burkett.
How you doing, guys?
Oh,
hey, I got a pointer for you. So if you go into a truck stop and you see a trucker that's at the counter getting a shower, all you have to do is approach and say, "Hey, I've lost my card, but I need to get a shower." And most truck drivers have an extra shower on their card. You can get your own free shower from another truck driver.
Nice.
No fooling.
How about that?
How much does a shower run you?
I think that right now it's somewhere around $12, $14.
Jesus,
really?
$12?
Every time a trucker fuels up, he gets a free shower. And if you fuel at the same place a lot of times, you get to the point where you get unlimited showers.
Hey fella, can I borrow a shower?
One of your shower.
I've given showers to other people before. It's no big deal.
This is wow. I don't know what's happening, but Pork Steak has written in and said the showers aren't free. When I was running over the road, they were $13 unless you bought 50 gallons of fuel. Then you'd get a free shower.
I think I'd have to fill up there for 6 months.
Yeah.
So there goes a field trip.
Wow.
Okay.
So this is your chance, Jackson. Much like Doug got to query Ryan Colombo with questions about the check cashing, this is your chance to ask all things truck stop showers.
I'll just ask one or two. Do they provide the soap and shampoo, or is that on you, the trucker?
There is built-in shampoo and soap on the in the dispenser on the wall.
Quality?
You walk in, you get your own toilet, you get a sink, and you get a shower.
Nice. Quality? Is it like pretty decent?
And a deadbolt. Oh, well, I always do Love's, and Love's has nice new showers everywhere you go.
Nice.
How's a towel sitch?
and you get a towel and a washcloth when in your little bathroom there.
I got to say, if you're living on the road, that's not a bad little setup for $12-13.
Not at all.
Well, I'm local, so I just use the showers for a private restroom.
Showers for a private restroom.
Does it have a toilet in there?
Yeah.
All right.
So he's saying I'm not in need of a shower.
So when I go into the truck stop, instead of having to take a shower, I'll just use my shower credits to take a private poop.
Oh.
Doug, you were
fair. I didn't need to know that.
You asked the question, then you get an answer, and you're mad as a hornet.
That's good info.
All right.
All right, guys.
How to scam the system to get a private poop.
I'm out of questions. This is good knowledge, though.
Doug, that's Marty Party, the trucker, calling in on the Collier and Thompson
But
phone
he
lines.
interrupted our NHL segment. We were just getting to it.
Well, I mean, hard to believe. 6-1 in that Stars game?
Is that what it was?
Minnesota, it's kind of tough. Somebody's going to be knocked out, Doug. It's too bad.
I'm still thinking how stupid I was to think that the showers would just be free.
I figured they cost something, but I thought it'd be more in the $5 to $8 range. 12 seems a little pricey.
But 50 gallons,
yeah, that
then
makes
it's
sense.
free.
Yeah, if you spend $600 on gas.
There was a piece on the 2 Fox recently about fuel prices, and Kelly Hoskins was at like a truck stop talking to a trucker, and he said, well, it cost me about $1,000 to fill this thing up. I'm like, holy smokes.
Wow. Let's see. Chairman Kurt has just announced his rankings as of April 20th for the First Form Energy Listener of the Month. He's got Jeff Suppan at number 1, Marty Party the Trucker at 2, and everybody else is in 3rd per Chairman Kurt in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, where 311 friends are in there watching the program and talking it over, like DJ Patty Cakes, Ryan Krause, and Gator 69. They're all in there talking to Chili Willie, who says, make sure to bring your shower shoes to the truck stop.
Yeah, that would definitely be.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want.
That's what's going on in there right
fungus.
now. I think we'll have Jeff Suppan at 10:05 in the Polos Plus dossier, but that's on the dark web. I do know we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up here in a matter of mere moments. Send yours in anytime you want, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Don't forget, the Dotem is sold out. So tip of the cap to the audience, the Dotem is sold out May 15th at Oak Valley, but Hubbard is giving away one foursome for a contest via the TMA, STL, and 101 ESPN app. So sign up for that. That is on the TMA and 101 social media accounts to find out how you can win the final foursome for the Dotem. Presented to you by Cutwater, and that's May 15th at Oak Valley. Free breakfast included from Donut Drive-In. Free lunch included from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and your post-round meal from Texas Roadhouse. The Dotem coming your way on May 15th. Sold out, but one last foursome available in the app contest. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up next from the Stiefel Studios here on 101 ESPN.
Caw, you hear that, Battlehawks fans? That's the sound of Battlehawks football, and it's back at the Dome for the 2026 season. And Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken wants you to be a part of it. That's why their new Battlehawks box will get you 4 of their famous hand-bread chicken strips and an order of potato wedges, plus a code valid for buy one, get one free Battlehawks tickets. And with this deal, you can get game day ready with a Battlehawks box for just $9.99 at any St. Louis area Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken location. Again, you get 4 of their famous hand-bread chicken strips, which are oh so delicious. Any of your choice of dipping sauce. I think you get 2 dipping sauces with that. I go barbecue and a little Chipotle ranch for some variety, and an order of potato wedges to boot. And on top of all that, you get a code valid for buy one, get one free Battlehawks ticket. So you can get this Battlehawks box in store or by ordering online on Lee's new mobile app, where you can also earn points for free food and discounts. That's the Battlehawks partnering up with Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken.
Doug, do you think that this is the one that you would play with the top down, or would you go with the remix with the tempo?
This is fine.
But I think if you heard the one with the tempo, you would agree that that's the one with the top down. What do you think, Jackson?
I don't know if I know the remix.
Are you horse plowing me?
There's several remixes. I'll check out the remix here just shortly.
Baby, you're the best. I'm rolling balls.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. Grind my teeth. Summertime sun. Lana Del Rey. You like that Lana Del Rey?
Yeah.
A lot of ladies love that Lana Del Rey.
She's great. You're cruising down the coast.
Banger alert. That's from Sir Tripod, Jackson.
Yeah, this is a real timeless song.
Doug, do you consider that to be a timeless song?
I would say so, yeah.
What year did it come out, Doug?
I think 16.
I wouldn't have any idea.
I think 2016, which was
I was going to make a play in 2015.
watershed year in music.
Don't say watershed.
Was it?
Yes, there was a whole thing, a whole viral trend about thinking back to 2016 a few months ago. Jeremy, you can back me up on that, can't you? 2016 is like heralded as this like major cultural year.
Yep.
Yeah. See?
I don't know.
Affirmation, baby. That's what I just heard. Affirmation.
Sure. I got you.
This version sucks. Good Lord, Jack. Doug, that's from Blues Cup winner
The
Dada.
original version. That's the version that sucks.
Call in gluten-free perk. That's from Mr. Mudjack Mike. Yeah, she loves Lana Del Rey. I love the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Ow. Well. Looks like we may have a star in the making. I've been listening to Chairman Kurt on Spotify, and I have to admit that I'm impressed. Navy Caps on the Road is the hit track that will draw the general population. Summer of 98 and 9 Catchers are the cute jams that Gen Z want to brag about hearing before anyone else. You have what it takes, CK, to make a real splash in the entertainment industry. Unfortunately, there are a lot of talented people in the world, and to separate yourself from the rest, you have to be willing to perform some certain tasks. I happen to know a certain big-time producer who is looking to take on new clients. I can't say his name, but I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with D. Pity. I hope you look good in white and aren't allergic to baby products. I'll pass on your information to him, and I believe in no time you'll be rubbing very oily elbows with the stars. Doug, that's from the Tin Man.
The Tin Man.
I don't care what anyone says. I like this Jeff Suppan and Friends show that I stumbled on recently. There are regular segments on household challenges like ice makers, and today there was an old man yelling about his French train. Real salt of the earth people, even though some of them are doing impressive things like writing Billboard Top 100 bangers or moving to the Central West End, which still counts even if they have to guilt their friends to help move them to the third floor of a building without an elevator in exchange for some kind of beer that he inexplicably named twice. Don't be an idiot. Subscribe. That's from Shooter McGavin, the Vice President of Talking About Anything Other Than What Is Currently Being Discussed.
Shooter McGavin.
Bro, no judgment here, but this is the second show in a row where a full bush has been brought up.
Oh.
I am a fan, so I am cool, but some ladies stay away from it because of personal preference. Me, I'm a bush, I'm a your bush, your way type of guy, a bro's bro, really. Sharon and Clayton, feel free to weigh in on the bushes when you're done with your yoga class and telling us all about it and your poses. Downward dog, likely. Upward dog, you betcha. Warrior pose, not even close. You're humble bragging is a run-on sentence that clogs up the text line and pollutes these airwaves. That's from Bro Fallon. I life waits, but don't text no one about it.
Bro Fallon had it going, but the last sentence cost him dearly.
Oh, the sign-off.
Sadie Hawkins, Doug. The Cardinals swept the Astros down in Houston thanks to Mason Wynn's 10th inning bases clearing double. Meanwhile, over in San Antonio, which is west of Houston for the geographically challenged, Victor Wembanyama had 35 points in his playoff debut while the fans wore Fiesta colors to pay tribute to those early 90s Spurs teams that never made the finals. But I think the lead is that Jeff Suppan's Instagram is reporting that St. Mel Middle School in Los Angeles County shipped the Junior Division State Championship for mock trial. This email is sponsored by Columbo's on Manchester. If you're looking for a 3 a.m. bar where you can also get your checks cashed, head on down to Columbo's on Manchester. Happy 420, Doug. Let get lifted together in the LeBaron this afternoon. Cruising Lindbergh with the top down, bumping Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. That's from Buck Swope, DBA, the Recess Lady's Breast.
Buck Swope.
They must have built Tim without an off button because the man is always on top of his game. I get it. People are going to make sport of my misspellings, but in my defense, it wasn't the books that I didn't read. It wasn't the teachers who tried to teach me. It wasn't that varsity badminton coach that kept telling them locker room jokes. It was Douglas Elvin Vaughn back in high school. He was way too cute. She was way too cool. How was I going to get an education? Sitting right in back of him in Pioneers Nation. Well, Doug knew his history. He knew his French. Doug knew how to keep the boys in suspense. Well, Doug graduated first in her class. Me, I graduated closer to last. Doug went to college. He got a journo degree. I got a laptop so I could email in bout.
Gosh,
I mean, Lord, there was a quintuple negative and one of the longest run-on sentences I've ever heard in this email.
Douglas Elvin Vaughn back in high school. He was way too cute. He was way too cool. How was I going to get an education reaching around Doug and Mass? Nope. That's from Lou. The last name is Brickant.
Lou Brickant. He's new. Odd. Very odd email.
Morning, gentlemen. Jackson's relocation to the CWA has further proven the ivory tower to which he lives in and looks down upon the audience that pays his wages. Does he moonlight as a doctor simply because he grew up in Ladue and that qualifies him to make the rounds and prescribe Xanax to his buddies' divorcee moms? I'm glad we still have Mr. Meat and Potatoes, Tim, to show what real salt of the earth people are. As a fellow son of Aaron, I appreciate that this GQ model remains humble and holds rapport with us St. Charles County folks, because I don't know if you all know this, but there is an entire world west of the Missouri River, and it's wonderful. Anywho, have a great day and a wonderful week. Cheers, and God bless America. Doug, that comes from Mongo.
Mongo.
And finally, morning, boys. A hell of a show today. Banks and truck stops. Does it get any better? Really enjoyed Jackson thinking for a split second that the gentleman who called in regarding truck stops was pooping in the shower before asking a clarifying question. Do they have a toilet in there?
I had the right follow-up question, by the way.
Can't wait to see what the 10 o'clock hour holds. Maybe some discussion on which Cottleville restaurants have passing health inspection grades. Or maybe we can get back to hockey and ask if you would rather have a Stanley Cup or a potential Rocket Richard trophy winner. Toodles, that's from Bobby Greenbacks, and that's what we have.
Bobby Greenbacks.
For the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, what you got? We will have the answer for you at approximately 10:55. Martin, the question is in 7 minutes, will Jeff Suppan be on the Callier and Thompson phone lines? I got it at 71%.
Yes.
Yeah! We'll have a weekend wrap-up from L.A. Doug, it's
okay.
Potentially coming
I think
your
he'll
way
take
here
the day off.
in about 7 minutes. You're short in the market.
I think so.
We did have Chris Kerber with us earlier in the program. You miss anything, you can go back and podcast it like the Dickens here on TMA. We are in the Stiefel studios. We are exiting the Mark Hanna Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour on the morning after 101 ESPN.
If you're in the market to buy a home or refinance, I would like to recommend Ryan Luchtefeld at Delmar Mortgage. I am in the process of working with Ryan as we speak. Super easy, super helpful, super friendly. Call Ryan first and experience that customer service that I am experiencing. It's 618-593-3608. That's his personal number, 618-593-3608. Delmar Mortgage is 60 years family-owned business, and Ryan's been doing it for 22 years, 13 of those years with Delmar Mortgage. Call Ryan first, 618-593-3608, or go online at delmarmortgage.com. You're going to get the personal local touch, but with all the necessary technology to make the process smooth and easy. It's Ryan Luchtefeld at Delmar Mortgage, 618-593-3608. Call him directly. That's his personal number, 618-593-3608. It's Ryan Luchtefeld, Delmar Mortgage, delmarmortgage.com.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Spurs defeat the Trailblazers yesterday 111-98. Victor Wembanyama in his playoff debut, 35 points. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Welcome back to the Morning After 101 ESPN from the Stiefel Studios. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, James Carlton slides into the dais here in the 10 o'clock hour on Mondays. Martin slides out to that onboarding. Jackson Burkett has just brought it to our attention. Doug, guess who is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines? You might know him from Game 7 of the 2004 NLCS. Maybe it was Game 7 of the 2006 NLCS. Either way, back for a fourth straight show, and the Cardinals haven't lost since he started calling in. It's Jeff Suppan, everybody. Unbelievable.
4 in a row, baby.
4 in a row, and the Cardinals have won 5 in a row. Look what you're doing.
Hey, I even checked the box score yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Anything you saw that you liked?
I favorite letter in the alphabet. That's what I saw. W.
W. Mason win, Doug. W. Cardinals 5 straight W's. Here they come.
Man, I tell you, I did have a question for you, Tim.
Yeah, what do we got?
All right, so it was a long weekend. I mean, not long, but it was a 2-day weekend. Did you get a chance to see Without Limits?
Oh, I didn't. You know what? I'm going to put it in my now it's going into my list of things to do. Doug, that was an official recommendation.
It sure was.
And it was one of your top 3 movies of all time, right?
All time.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Doug,
Maybe I'll watch it with my wife tonight.
Doug,
Yes.
Doug, you weren't on the show, were you, on Friday?
Sure I was.
Were you behind the scenes, or where were you?
No, I'm right here like I always am.
I love it. You know what? But that must have been a conversation with just Tim.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Doug, what are your 3 favorite movies if you didn't get to tell us Soup?
Oh, I'd say Godfather and maybe Saving Private Ryan.
That's a nice play.
Animal House, probably.
That's a pretty nice list. I'll go off the cuff. Do you approve of that list, Soup?
I do. Saving Private Ryan. I mean, Godfather's such a classic. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's just on a list by itself, right? I mean, so.
Our audience is monitoring your Instagram now. I hope that's leading to an uptick in the subscribers. And we see that St. Mel Middle School claimed first place in the junior state championship for mock trial. So congratulations. How about that?
Unbelievable. So how about this? So, you know, I'm a big believer in doing a play. Okay. And so I did a play in 1989 called Conrad Birdie. All right. So I had to sing, and I sucked, but it actually really helped me out just in life, just doing with interviews with you guys. Right. Yeah. So I told my son, I go, hey, you're going to be in the play. My daughter did it, and she did mock trial. And so I was like, after a while, I'm like, holy cow, this play is way better than the play that we did, right? So we probably practiced for a month. The play practiced for 6 or 7 months at St. Mel's, right? So crazy. So I told Birdie, I go, hey, just do mock trial. It's 1 month, you're done. Well, this is the first year they opened up a state thing for mock trial. And so, you know, my son Brody, he's your classic, you know, boy. And he's like, oh, Dad, I mean, I got to do this. I go, listen, to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. You only have one opportunity. So now, when you watch Without Limits, you will know where that quote came from, Steve Prefontaine.
Wow. All right.
That's right. Yeah.
I am watching it. I am watching it. Now, is this a film that I have two sons, 8 years old, 4 years old? Is this appropriate for them?
That's a good question. I think it is. I know one of them. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just you.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, maybe when they get a little bit older. I mean, there's some mature content in there.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a great movie. I mean, it's really the best movie. So,
right.
but I appreciate all. I appreciate all your the fans of the show, man. It's been awesome. I've been trying to interact with them. You know, I'm a rookie when it comes to Instagram, and
it's like, now in today's world, for the athletes, you got to have it, right? So whether you're in high school, so Finley, she's, a solid softball player, lot to learn, but I love watching her pitch, and she's doing really well. And so you're trying to, find colleges for that. I mean, there's so much work for the parents. I don't know how many parents out there watch the show. I've listened to the show, I'm sure, a ton, but I mean, it is so much work.
So I've seen you post about Finley, your daughter. So I'm asking you. So this isn't like parent bragging thing. I'm legitimately curious. What year is she? And she must have some legitimate game.
She basically is, they call it a 28. So she's a sophomore. I just learned that last year. She's a sophomore. And I'll tell you what, she has the resilience that you need to be a pitcher. And she's got, the more I understand, I actually started, I'm thinking about taking pitching lessons for softball because it is a different thing. I have a tough time telling the difference between pitches because in softball they could use one grip to throw three different pitches, a rise, a curve, and a screwball, right? And so, sometimes they miss their location, and I'm like, I don't know if that was a curveball or a screwball, but it reminded me of when I pitched because if I threw something away, it could be a changeup, it could be a backup slider, it could be a slider that worked, it could be a BP fastball. Like I would watch my games and didn't know what I was throwing, but she has a lot of ability, and I'm just trying to help her out, and she's doing really well. And they have big games this week. Notre Dame High School, one of the best teams around, and Sierra Canyon. So it's a big week for Chaminade High School softball.
Even if you can't help with the physical, I'm sure you're a big help with the mental aspect of pitching.
Oh, my gosh, I love it. I mean, I give them so much stuff that they don't listen to me anymore. What do you know, Dad? I go, listen, I've given up more home runs than you'll ever think about. I've lost more than I've won. I go, it is a grind. And all pitchers, I said, listen, when you're at your best, everyone's really good. But how do you pitch when you're not? And there's these things that just come out in me that because I lived it. You know what I mean? When you live it as a job, and you just basically it becomes who you are. You know what I mean? So I enjoy it. I chart every game. I love it. My mom kept score for me until she passed away. Every big league game and high school game until 2007. She did it, and I actually like doing that too. So I've done that. I use a big league chart that I modified, and it always reminds me of when I was a pitching coach, and these guys would complain about doing the game chart, the pitchers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What was it, like the day before your start or 2 days before your start? You had to be the chart guy.
Yes, the day before. And so I always said, you know how many times I did the charts, a chart before I pitch? How many times? 5 times? I go, no, every time. Not until St. Louis when Chad Blair, who was a legend, I loved how he did a chart. So he charted the games, and so I would just go off of his chart to review the game. But we just watched the game, which was nice too. But I always enjoyed charting.
How about that? You know what? I just typed in your name, and there is a Los Angeles Times story, I'm sure you're well aware of this, in which they interviewed your daughter about how you have helped her out in her growth as a softball pitcher. How about that, Doug? The LA Times is covering that.
Wow, it's big-time stuff.
Hopefully she said all the good things. I said, listen, don't say too much. I remember she did the interview or the article, whatever. I said, don't give them too much. Cliches are cliches because they're true, and then try to be mix in a little bit of humor, and people like that.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
So hey, I think I got a segment for you guys.
Oh, wow!
And it's called "Name My Teammate."
Oh, all right. I'm in. A little trivia, Doug.
Okay, sure.
I mean, this is all new. I just came up with this on the fly.
Okay.
Okay, so I played with this teammate in St. Louis.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you can ask me a question, then we'll just go from there. If this works, hey, we'll try it. If it doesn't, then we'll just get rid of it. I don't know.
No, nothing wrong with a little improv. Doug, you want to go with the first question? It's a guessing. It's like a guess who the Cardinal is of Jeff Suppan's teammates.
And we have to ask yes or no questions?
I'll try to give you a little bit of extra, but I'll try to whatever you want. You want me to give yes or no? You want me to give you a little bit more?
Well, maybe that'd be a format. Like I could say, was this guy a pitcher?
Yes.
Okay.
Was he angry a lot?
No, he was not.
Okay, so not Carpenter.
Was he right-handed?
He was right-handed, yes, he was.
Did he wear a number in the 20s?
No, in the 40s.
Jason Isringhausen.
Almost.
Oh.
Braden Looper.
No, but you had Jason correct.
Jason Marquis.
Jason Simon Tachi.
Jason Simon Tachi, baby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Dog, nicely done.
Thank you very much.
I saw Jason Simon Tachi at the Cardinal Fantasy Camp so many years ago.
Oh, he's the best. I mean, when you try to put his name in your phone, you have to say Samantagi. But let me have Jay. But he was actually my boss in Kansas City. He was the pitching coordinator, and I worked underneath him as a rookie ball coach, and he was awesome. But he lives there in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Did you ever do the fantasy camp thing? Have you done that?
I've done it one time, and so I did the one that was in St. Louis, and I'd love to do it, but it was hard because it was always in Florida, and it was just like it was in January, and it just didn't work out in my schedule. But every year I always try to go. He always tries to get me to go because he loves it.
Yeah.
And that's always a good time. So, but the first one I played in was in St. Louis, and we had to play, right? So, like play. Like I played first base and right field, and it was the first time I ever played in a doubleheader since high school. I was so sore. And then they had this thing called hit against the pro, and so Izzy was pitching. He still threw 89, 90.
Oh,
I mean,
my.
I was hurt, and I was fun in the beginning, and then when the camper was like fouling me off, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna put one in your ribs. It all started coming out, And I pitched. I don't know how many batters I faced, but I could not even lift my arm the next day. It was unbelievable. So
yeah, the thing that stood out to me when I did the fantasy camp was how all of you former pitchers who would look foolish when you would hit, minus you, of course, with the home run, but would look foolish in the Major League Baseball at bats would just be raking. And Ryan Franklin, who was, Cardinal closer, he's like, okay, that guy in right field looks scared. I'm going to hit it at him. And he would pick it out like he's hitting a tee shot, in golf, and he would just fire at him. And Dave Veers was just like bombing balls. I mean, I assume you were a shortstop or center fielder growing up in addition to a pitcher. That's usually the way it works?
I was first and third, and caught a little bit. But the reality is look, when you're at the major league level, like they say, pitchers aren't athletes. You definitely have to have athletic ability, and you were an athlete by position player is the athlete, right? It's so hard. You never hit enough to actually hit. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get 2 at-bats a game, maybe 3 if you throw 9. You take batting practice. We only took batting practice at home with most teams. The Cardinals had us do it on the road too, and we were good hitting for pitchers, good hitters for pitchers. But my goal was only to make whoever I was facing have to throw me 6 pitches. That was my first goal. My second goal was I was going to get every bump down because I didn't want to be taken out because I can't bunt. And then, 3, it was basically just at least make contact. And so it's funny. In 1995, I played in the first, what do you call it? I forgot what it was called because now they do it all the time. Interleague, the first interleague game, the Red Sox against the Mets, and it was the first time they had faced each other since 1986, right? And so Mike Benjamin. Okay, I love Benji. So he was a utility guy with the Giants, and then came to the Red Sox. So I said, hey Benji, I need some advice. I haven't hit in the big leagues before. What do I do? And he goes, Soup. He goes, number one, know that they're not going to hit you, so don't be afraid of the ball. I said, okay. And he goes, and number two, when you strike out, walk back to the dugout. Don't run. It's not Little League.
That does look terrible when someone runs back. It's awful. It looks like you're happy to be out of there.
Happy. Well, I mean, happy to be out of where?
Out of the batter's box when you run back to the dugout when you strike out.
No, exactly. Well, it's funny. I mean, like that's such an amateur type thing to run back to the dugout. But I hit a ball. I hit a ball to right field, and I was excited. I was very excited. So
we got it. Martin is listening, Soup, and I guess he's already contacted Jason Simontachi, and it says Simo says to ask Soup if he likes Apple.
Flip that off.
I do like apples. Yes. No, Simo's referring to Apple Crown, and as he enjoyed the Apple Crown, and he introduced it to me, and so it was a fun time as a coach. That's all I can say.
That's it. The rest of it, Doug, there was an NDA signed and nothing else can be said.
Okay.
Soup, we could go for another hour. I guess the good news is we'll talk again tomorrow at 10:05 and we'll be able to follow up.
And guess another Cardinal.
Yeah, I like to guess the Cardinal.
Teammate.
All right. I'll put it on my calendar.
Thanks, Soup.
Right in between drop off and drop off. It'll be right there at 10:05.
See, it's a sweet spot, 10:05.
Yeah,
thank you, Soup.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Yeah, there he is. Doug, that's 4 straight. Now we know the Cardinals are going to win tonight. If he calls in, they win.
I would
he calls in, they win. Doug, could you tell us about Collier and Thompson, the phone lines that he just called in?
Well, Collier and Thompson is where you go when you're not fooling around about a remodel, where you want it done by the best people in town. That's what they are. Collier and Thompson's been around since the 1950s, making St. Louis homes more beautiful. The number one thing about Collier and Thompson is this is a company that you can trust. It's not always the case in the remodeling industry, but with Collier and Thompson, you put those worries behind you. You can avoid any of the frustrations that come with other contractors. Collier and Thompson will listen to you. They'll understand your ideas. They provide a steady, informed, and thoughtful process. They're not going to rush through any of it. If you're investing in your home, trust Collier and Thompson to guide you with experience, clarity, and care. You'll see how Collier and Thompson builds relationships and trust with their customers. They do the kitchens and bathrooms. They'll redo your basement, man caves, bars, you name it, they will do it, and they have done it. They've also got a 5-person paint team. So if you're not looking to remodel a kitchen, you just want your house painted, Collier and Thompson is a great place to go do that. Phil is the paint manager over there. He and his staff will take great care of you. Go to their website, check out some of their before and after pictures. Really is remarkable, some of the work that they have done. Collier and Thompson is on Manchester Road in Manchester, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Come on to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
It's TMA 101 ESPN.
These, Doug, are Jackson songs for Top Down.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Are we talking about a full convertible or just like a moonroof?
More like a full convertible.
Okay.
But a moonroof will do. Moonroofs are nice.
Yeah.
Doug, James Carlton's in the Stiefel Studios. He's on your right there.
I saw him sitting over there. Hello, James.
Hey, good morning. Moonroofs are nice. I mean, I feel like you never really use it.
Oh, I don't have one. But if I did, I've driven some rentals or some loaners before that have them, and it's nice.
Best thing about a moonroof is occasionally you can stick your head out of there like a meerkat.
Yeah. Very similar to a meerkat.
Love a meerkat.
Don't I ever? But sometimes it's just nice to pull the top back and not open it necessarily, but get some sunlight in there.
Okay.
I like that, especially for my weakened scalp.
Get
some vitamin D up in there.
James was here at 10 o'clock, and then Jeff Suppan called in, and you got usurped.
Yes, I did. And it's a pleasure to be usurped.
That's 4 straight days as the Cardinals are in the midst of this heater with Jeff Suppan calling into the program, and so I guess they're going to win tonight. Now we know that.
Absolutely.
What's going on with you, sir?
Well, I figured after last week we'd lead with Matt Fitzpatrick's 4-iron in the playoff hole.
Oh, Doug.
I mean, the audience loved the golf talk last week.
Pierce through the wind coming out of the north, and he was able to execute it, landing at 13 feet from the hole on number 18, and he beat Scotty Scheffler in the playoff. Matt Fitzpatrick with his second win at Harbortown, and why his second win in the last month, and nearly his third in the last 5 weeks. His strokes gained approach, Doug, a sight to behold.
Well, I guess his 4-iron was something special.
James had a little Freudian slip there. He almost called him Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's right. But, Doug, I don't know who on the dais can help me out with this, but I have to take my 6-year-old camping on Friday.
Oh, geez.
Gosh. To the Boy Scout camp
and
out
I'm in a dark place. Boy Scout camp. So any feedback from the listeners, like, hey, you want to think to bring this,
rely on the listeners. Yeah, 314-399-9646. You're talking to the wrong MFers.
What's the bedtime look like?
I hope it's early.
Bring the Benadryl.
Okay, for allergies.
I had to do that once out there at Beaumont. Is that where you're going?
I don't know.
44?
I think it's like in Troy somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A different camp. But this one had cots that we were supposed to sleep in tents with just a couple of wooden slats, and there wasn't anyway. So me and another dad went to a local Walmart and came back with much better beds,
like an air mattress.
Yeah.
All right, we're packing that, so we got that down. Yeah, I'm not much of an outdoorsman.
No, me neither.
I'm trying to teach him how to be a man. But
Craig O'Neill says get COVID and cancel. So there's your tip.
Just have people sneeze in your face.
It's going to be a disaster. Bring a flask. That's from Packer Dave.
Yeah, what's the what's the vibe there? Are you allowed to bring some booze?
So far, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are enthused about the trip, James. Just so you know, tell them to quit Boy Scouts. That's from Chairman Steve. He's over in Des Moines.
You could smuggle stuff in there.
Yeah.
If you have a big SUV, maybe you could even sleep in that.
Normal size.
Not have to sleep outside.
I'm not sleeping in it.
Hey, James, just go to the TMA fan page on Facebook and beg for camping gear like the Plowhawk did. That's from Big Tough. Did the Plowhawk beg for camping gear? He did. Chairman Kurt's confirming that.
Okay.
He had that pop-up camper thing. That was pretty sweet.
Don't look at the forecast. That's from the Farm Boy.
Yeah, it actually looks terrible. It's like raining all night Friday.
Oh, and it's supposed to be so
you have
beautiful
to go
all
when
week.
it's supposed to be raining.
Yeah.
Oh, God in heaven.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I actually do feel badly.
How many nights you got to stay out there?
Some are going for 2. I'm doing 1. The one is I haven't camped outside since probably like a float trip in college. And one night was enough then. I've never camped 2 nights in a row.
You like sleeping with snakes and spiders?
No, not particularly. No, I'd prefer bed. Yeah, and you actually pay to sleep outside.
I know.
Isn't that quite the dynamic? You know, another thing that just aggravates me a little bit, this is just a one-off, and I think Jackson will agree with me on this. When you're at a urinal, mainly at a bar, what is the inclination to put your Zen or your Lipper in the urinal? Somebody inevitably has to pick that out of there. There's trash cans all around.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Like, why are you spitting in there? Because again, my younger sister has worked at bars and stuff like that, and somebody has to pick those out with their hands.
Cleaning up a bathroom at a bar just seems like that would be like I'd maybe rather go camping camping than try to clean up.
That is a poll question. Would you rather clean the men's room at like Molly's after Soulard or after Mardi Gras?
Oh my God.
Or would you rather go camping for that?
I'd rather. Man, that's a tough.
God,
one.
that is a toss-up.
Because you could get done a lot quicker doing the bathroom cleanup.
That's my insta call.
Yeah. Couldn't you
but-
just hold your nose, put on a mask, giant rubber gloves, and get through it?
Absolutely.
I'm afraid some of the things you'd see in there you can't unsee.
No, you wouldn't
was
see it.
Was it you, Tim? Was it a game day and you there's like an inch of sewage at one of these bars in Columbia?
Following the Missouri, I think it was South Carolina game. No, I wouldn't have been because we brought our son for that one. I don't know what game. Might have been Missouri, Kansas. I don't remember.
Okay.
We went to my house, and the women's bathroom had a backup dug, and the women were walking through at least an inch of raw sewage.
Oh.
Yeah, they
in
had
the bathroom, but we don't want to kink shame. I would just want to be clear right out of the gate.
They had a sewage issue when I was in school there too.
Is that right? Like that's their thing?
It left a mark. I'll tell you that much.
How about this? I switched to James Carlton on home and auto starting on April 1st. Saved me $600 a year on our home and $1,275 a year on our autos. Mike was great throughout the process. That's from the chairman of the National Swingers Convention. Another happy customer, James Carlton.
How about that? Well, thank you so much, Chairman. That's very kind of you.
Look at that. Look at that. Worked at a bar for 5 years. The women's restroom was always 10 times worse than the men's restroom.
How about that?
What's that about?
I don't know. I can only speak to the men's bathroom.
Maybe feminine hygiene. They just flush those and it clogs it more often.
Probably.
That's a nice observation.
Yeah, because I mean the men, it's sloppier, but you know what you're getting into. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Less stall work.
Stalwart.
We need to have that call in, like we had our truckers
Trucker?
call in. Yeah. I mean, this bathroom situation. You know, anybody out there enjoying a pouch or a Zen, hey, all power to you. Just there's a trash can right behind you. Just throw it in there. It doesn't need to go in the urinal.
But then sometimes people use the trash can as a bathroom.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's when it gets really late and really crowded.
Or worse, the sink.
The sink, yeah. I remember those days.
Hey, James, are you available for Illinois residents? That's from Xavier Malkin.
Absolutely. We love our Illinois
There
residents.
you go.
Good question.
314-961-4800. That's how you can become a client. Just like me and Jackie Papers and a bunch of people now here at 101 ESPN. I can't recommend James enough. I really can't. CarltonInsurance.net. The peace of mind you have as a customer, I can tell you this, because you're the guy providing it, and you and your staff. When you have an insurance issue, and it used to be, oh, God, I got to go through this. And you go, I know not only it's going to be helpful, but it's going to be a pleasant experience. That, in addition to James saving people money, is why he's the best. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. You guys have a great week.
Thank you, James. There he is. That's James Carlton, who's looking forward to the TMA Tiger Club lunch next week at Llewellyn's on Tuesday, and we might get asked questions that I might text James while I'm up there answering them for the answers. This is going to be a non-Gabe type of appearance at the Tiger Club at Llewellyn's next Wednesday or next Tuesday. Well, I'll be there too. Martin's going to piss off the Missouri fans. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to.
I look forward to that.
That's what's going to happen.
I look forward
Trust
to
me
that.
on that. Martin, don't cur. Take a break. Come back with more TMA here on 101 ESPN.
For over 135 years now, Stifel has been a trusted name in finance, headquartered right here in downtown St. Louis since 1890. What does Stifel do? Pretty much everything money-related, wealth management, yes, banking through Stifel Bank, of course. Own a business? They've got a full-service investment bank for that, too. Basically, if it involves finance, Stifel has a solution for you. With 12 offices across the St. Louis region, more than 400 nationwide, Stifel combines local experience with national reach. Unlike many firms firm, Stifel isn't bank-owned. They own their own bank, and that independence allows them to focus on one thing, doing what's best for their clients. It's a philosophy that has made Stifel one of the fastest-growing wealth management firms in the world. Their tagline says it all, where success meets success. That's why they partner with TMA. It just makes sense. Stifel and TMA, where success meets success. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Top down for this one.
Have to be.
Yep. Today's a top-down day. I mean, it's a beautiful day in the St. Louis metropolitan area here. April 20th, 2026.
What a weekend it was in terms of weather.
Glorious. High of 69 and sunny today. High of 79 and sunny on Tuesday. High of 76 and sunny on Wednesday. Glorious. Jackson Burkett will be out compressing the golf ball.
Not today, unfortunately.
Still working on the new place?
Yeah, because like you move everything, and really the goal when you're moving is just to get everything over there.
Yeah.
Kind of don't care how it gets there, and so once you're in there, now you gotta start the process.
Hey, you can go to VIP Auto Accessories if you want. Maybe they'll help you out. I don't know.
I love Thomas Suppan.
Yeah, he'd probably help you. Somehow he would help you.
Yeah.
For your new place. And Brian Grigg, VIP Auto Accessories, they're a one-stop shop. In some instances, people bring their vehicles to 4 or 5 different places when everything can be done in-house at VIP Auto Accessories with Tommy Cebulka and Brian Grigg. They've been doing it in St. Louis since 1979. And I literally just worked with VIP Auto Accessories within the last couple of weeks. Got my windows tinted at VIP Auto Accessories, so when the weather gets super hot, my car will be cool, which my family will appreciate. If it can be done, VIP Auto Accessories can probably do it. Window tinting is a lifetime warranty, and window tints are big in the summer to keep your kids cool in the car. Also, inevitably, we'll have some storms. We are in April in St. Louis. Hail repair is new and big this time of year. It's VIP Auto Accessories, VIPAutoAccessories.com. From commercial fleet upfits and wraps to tint, lift kits, ceramic coating, hail repair, and more. If it can be done to a vehicle, VIP Auto Accessories can probably do it online at VIPAutoAccessories.com. For all your commercial vehicle upfit needs, ask for Tommy Cebulka. And for all your aftermarket vehicle accessories needs, ask for Brian Grigg and let him know that TMA sent you their way. Tim McKernan, Chairman Kurt, Jackson Burkett with you. Doug had a personal business to tend to that was scheduled. Martin always has onboarding that he's tending to. Jeff Suppan on the program calling in for the 4th straight show, and the Cardinals have not lost since he started calling in. Also, Chris Kerber with us on the program. You can go back and podcast anything via the Schaefer Door Company podcast app, or you can just watch it on YouTube. Jordan Binnington talked this past weekend, and this is what he had to say at the Saturday afternoon wrap-up presser at Enterprise.
This is him on if he envisions himself in St. Louis next season.
I think it's, Steiner and I are going to have some conversations, and I think for me, I'm a competitive goaltender, right? I love St. Louis. I think for me, it's just taking care of what's in my control. It's the same old story I give every time, but I think if I take care of what's in my control, then the rest will unfold. I believe in myself and in my process, so I'm excited to get to work.
Now, Jeremy Rutherford, he'll be the first one to say he doesn't know, but yet we ask him to predict things. JR has been saying it's his opinion that Kyrou and Binnington will most likely be gone this offseason. But after the conversations on Saturday at Enterprise, JR wrote his biggest takeaways from the exit interviews, and he said that keeping Binnington may be in the plan. He says, like with Thomas and Parayko, there's been a lot of speculation about whether Binnington has played his last game with the Blues, and like the other 2 players, he said he'll have a conversation with Steen. You just heard him talk about that. And JR goes on to write, listening to Doug Armstrong, it was hard not to take away that the Blues might want to hang on to Binnington to back up Joel Hofer. Quote, the NHL is a long season and you need 2 good goaltenders. I think that the tandem can lead a team through dark times. Not every game is going to be great, but we have 2 goalies that can be great any given night, and that gives us great opportunity. So perhaps something that I think fans may have thought last week when Jordan Binnington got that start, that could be the end. Perhaps now it sounds like the Blues may be considering seriously keeping him around. They'll have more on it coming up on BK and Ferrario. That comes your way at the top of the hour. It's 10:47 in St. Louis. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. This is the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Cardinals, Marlins tonight, 5:40 p.m. first pitch with Michael McGreevy towing the slab for the Redbirds. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Oh, Gorillas 2003, huh? Interesting. Well, I'm making the drive over to Swansea after today's program to be on a podcast with Chairman Kurt.
Mm-hmm. Get to spend another 2 hours together.
Is that what it is? It's a 2-hour interview?
We usually go about 2 hours.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Jackson's like, that's half of a QFTA.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's light work.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that going on here. I guess I'm heading over to the podcast at 12:30, and I'll play Gorillas with the top down.
Absolutely.
That's a top down.
Feel Good Inc. A lot of the Gorillas discography is worthy of top. Clint Eastwood, that's a top down song right there.
And you like a moonroof so you can peer out like a meerkat?
Yeah, I like I'm in Vegas, like one of those old school Vegas movies where you put your head out the window so you can look around at the lights because you've never seen lights before.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're on the strip.
Yeah, what they don't show you is the massive traffic backups and the brutal heat.
Hey, Papers, we got a winner on the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
Tim, we sure enough do. Let me pull up my bells real quick. The winner today in a consensus vote, Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Congratulations to Shooter McGavin on his win in the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. If you want to email in for QFTA, Tim McKernan Show Podcast, anything is welcome. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, TMCKERNAN at InsideSTL.com. It's also where you can send hate mail. The TMA Dotem Golf Tournament on Friday, May 15th at Oak Valley is sold out, but you could still win a free foursome to join the TMA crew for a full day out on the course. The Dotem is going to include breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, all your Cutwater canned cocktails, and AB beer and seltzers, and you're going to have the 100 West Dental Closest to the Pin competition, the Evergreen Wealth Strategies Longest Drive competition, an after party with food from Texas Roadhouse. Find that chance to win a free foursome for the sold-out Dotem Golf Tournament with TMA right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Winner must be 21 or older. Giveaway is brought to you by Cutwater Canned Cocktails. BK and Ferrario are coming up next from 11 to 2. Then we will have the Fast Lane from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Vers, and Kerry Davis, and Jackson's boy crush, Marshy Marsh, and the Playful Posse. Before we shut it down, I would like to tell people that if they're feeling a little sluggish, I'd like to recommend Mentality. Mentality online at lowtusa.com. That's LOWTUSA.com. LOWTUSA.com. If you're tired of always waking up exhausted, if your dad bod's starting to weigh on you and you're finding it harder to get excited about basically anything, check out Mentality. Mentality starts by listening. They'll run real labs and explain your results in plain English, and then build a personalized science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help get your brain and body back on track. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan, and that's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality. Schedule your appointment now at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com, LOWTUSA.com. Time for us to shut it down. For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Martin Kilcoyne, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from the Stiefel Studios on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel.